Let us begin. Wow. There's something going on with the computer right now. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Let's just get the work done. Hello everyone, this is Roadless. Welcome to a midweek edition of the Variable Productivity live stream. I'm going to be starting in just a moment here, and we're going to get right into it. Just a moment. Opera playing about before my very eyes here. My computer seems to have forgotten how to be a computer. Hello, Pilgrim Journey, welcome. I was welcome as can be MICKEYMOU. This isn't the Mickey Mouse Club. No, it truly is not, but I'm glad that you caught yourself before you typed any of that out. That would have been embarrassing. Lol. Anyway, welcome to the Variable Productivity live stream. We're set to get ready and get moving in just a moment here. I just need to see my chat is really all I need. I just need to... I don't even want to bother with this. I know no one's watching that, so... yeah, alright. I feel like my music might be a little bit loud. Let me know how that sounds to you. If that's too loud or not. The thing I'm always trying to fix. Yeah, whatever, man. Open your heart. Let me take a look at our wonderful little YouTube channel. Alright. It appears to be up and running. Let's take a look. Hello, Megapie. How are you doing? Welcome to the Variable Productivity live stream. Just going to be getting underway in a few moments here. Thanks for stopping by. Yo, 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 indeed. Don't embarrass, but yeah. Not too loud. That's good to know. That is a terrible way to end a music track. with like 2 minutes of dead air right after. Oh, good. Alright, back to work now. Or to work in the first place. I know that you guys can't see very much. Oh. I'm alright. Just got off work a little bit. I think the 4 o'clock time slot that I was trying to do this initially in was a little bit ambitious. I was really kind of tired after work, and I was like, I can't just jump right into that, so needed to take a short break, but now we're ready to go ahead and get started. Yes, you've come to see a new speed of hero. Well, I hope I can provide you with that, Panda Man. I really do. I'm going to... So, okay, for those of you just joining us, I think I'm going to go ahead and let people know what's on the docket today, what the plan is, at least. It is to recreate the imagery that was provided us by the good folks. I don't even know who's making this movie, to be honest. But let's just say Sega. The new character, or the new design that they have for Sonic the Hedgehog, since it's shrouded in mystery and it's very dark, the image is, I wanted to go ahead and give a crack at it, give a little interpretation of my own of what this character might end up looking like. I decided not to wait till Sunday because I'm pretty sure they'll have revealed something by then. I don't know, maybe they won't have. Oh yes, Spring Yard. Yes, glad you like it. I'm jelly that you're not at work. I am. Oh, Paramount. Thank you, Megatron. Paramount is making this film, and don't be jealous. Hello, Admiral Snack Bar. Welcome to the Variable Productivity Livestream, Wednesday edition. You know, everyone's favorite day to do stuff like this. Anyway, about to get started in just a second. I just need to... I feel like that's too loud, but no one's saying anything, so we're going to go ahead and believe that it's fine. Maybe it's just loud as mine is. Huh, that's all the problem. Okay. Okay, excellent. Alright, let's go ahead and move it out. Alright. Chat. Excellent. Beautiful. If you guys have any questions, just let me know, and, you know, I'm watching the chat as much as possible, but I sometimes get a little absorbed with my work. Bear that in mind. It's not an excuse. I just want to let you know that sometimes I'm not ignoring you. I'm just not looking at the chat. But it is on another computer. I just seem to have it somewhere else. Also, I hope you know the music is way too loud. Okay. Well, that was a concern of mine. People said it sounded fine. Apparently, I can't trust anybody these days. Let me give that thing another. When we get another hit, we turn it down just a little bit. Maybe about a desktop audio down to maybe like 30. Bring it up a little bit here. I'll have to listen to it on my computer real quick. Hello, Rocketeer Raccoon. Welcome. Oh, you can't hear me. You can't hear me that well. Okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead and try to fix that real quick. People who said that must not be using headphones. Let's see here. Let me do a little sample of sound. Testing, testing. 1, 2, oops. Okay, that's just how that song ends. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Yeah, that's okay. No, I can see where you guys are coming from. So So that's too loud. I'm too quiet. I don't know why that is. Let me go ahead and take a look at the properties of the mics. I'll just bring it down. I don't think I'm going to be joined by anybody in this particular chat. So, how does that sound? Any better? Any worse? What is your general opinion? Am I plugged in all the way? Is that a thing? Can there be like a less of a connection somehow? No, you sound like you're mumbling, but earlier the music wasn't that loud. Okay, yeah, just a little more, he says. And at 5:15, that was 2 minutes ago. Oh no, I need primary sources. How about a little more? How about? I feel like this could work. I feel like if I just get closer to the mic and cross me fingers, maybe that'll work. We're gonna go ahead and try to. I feel like this could work. I feel like I'm very audible now. I'm audible like Amazon, yo. Hat shouts out to anybody who gets that reference or doesn't cringe too hard at the fact that I made it. Because sometimes I say things that I shouldn't say. Alright. Alright, well, let's hope that this works, and let me know if it's not, because I do want to be heard. Because I cannot be seen. So it's the only way that we can even communicate with one another. Alright. Toodly-doo. Alright, so, having thus laid out the objective for the evening, I think it is a good time to just go ahead and jump into it. Alright, so the objective is to recreate this thing, this in the middle of the screen. You can't see that, right? Yeah, Rocketeer Raccoon, the agenda today is to take this image. You can't see it. Let me just go display here. This guy right here, and I'm going to try to make a model of that based on nothing but the art that I see before me. A lot of people have been going through on Twitter, I've seen it up just about everywhere, making recreations or speculation type things. This is kind of what that is, though I don't intend to alter it too much. I had the idea of maybe doing like a correction or something like that, maybe like a oh, this is how it can look better. It's like, maybe not. I want to just sort of go with what I'm seeing, the dimensions that I see here, and interpreting that into a model. Of course, I'm going to have to do a lot of heavy interpretation when it comes to those eyes. Can't see them, right? And so I'm going to have to make my own thing. But other than that, I'm going to try to make this into a model. I thought I saw the image reveal on Twitter. I think that was, if you saw, like, it looked like a regular hedgehog face, and no, that was just a another interpretation of what this might be. I don't know if the movie's already a disaster. It just doesn't. This character model has got people worried because it doesn't look very good, and then it's also very like it's sort of like, well, this is different than what we expected, and like most nerdy communities, we don't like things that are different. Now, I'm not saying that it's good or bad. I don't know yet. They haven't revealed his face, and they really haven't revealed how the textures are going to work or how his eyes are going to be on his face. I guess if they're trying to go for a more photorealistic animal-type character for this Sonic the Hedgehog, who is traditionally a cartoon character, mind you, with one eye with two pupils in it, they're going to have to make some changes. But in this particular case, that's going to be an interesting challenge all by itself, because I usually start with the head. We're gonna import some images now that I'm gonna use as references while I'm working, so that you guys can see what I'm doing. The end button here. People say he will have a real hedgehog face. Yeah, I've seen that. I've heard that. Do your thing, you creative genius. You. Oh, why? Thank you, Pilgrim Journey. We'll see what happens about that creative genius thing. I'm just saying. Don't get your hopes up. Okay. We're going to add an image. We're going to open it up. All of my private data. Everyone can see it. Is it Roadless Portal? Roadless Projects. Where is it called? I preloaded some images that I wanted to use for this particular project, so that way we could streamline this whole situation just a little bit. Let's go to where is it? So, oh, you're kidding me. Oh, here it is. Let's make. So what I want. I want to get this face right here. And we're going to make that fully opaque. And we're going to make it just a little bit bigger. We're going to grow it a little. Where's that scale button? It should be. That's moving it. This is size. There we go. And we're going to move it along the y-axis. Oh no, move it down about here. I'm gonna have it in my view. I think I'm gonna leave this thing untouched. Usually I cut it down to about 16 by 16, but I feel like I'm gonna need as many many little squares as I can possibly get my hands on for this particular one. 8 bombs? Oh hell no. Ready. I'm going to post the details of my characters in the chat. Would that be alright? As long as you do it sparingly, Todd. It's just, you know, I want to be able to see what everyone else is saying. I may not read those aloud. Just be forewarned. Don't spam it. I mean, give it some time between posts. It's not even the fact that it's different. We knew he'd be fun, but okay, he'd have fur, but now they got it so wrong. Oh yeah, I mean people believe this is wrong, and I don't disagree. It's hard to say this is gonna look good by looking at it. It looks. He does have like a simian type body, going back to what kind of Pilgrim Journey said. He's got like these wide thighs. He's got a very large trunk. His head. He's gonna have a neck. There's no way around it. It's just where does that neck go, and exactly how long is it? He's got kind of like a Rocketeer, or not Rocketeer. Sorry, Rocketeer. Don't mean you. But Rocket Raccoon vibe with the way his arms and hands are. You know, Sonic cartoon has got like big old beefy hands, but this guy's got small hands and small feet and electricity powers. That's not a thing. Usually. So this interpretation has gotten people kind of a little bit peeved, as you might imagine. So don't be surprised if people get a little what's the word I'm looking for? Exuberant in the chat about this particular thing that I'm doing. I get these faces. We're about to go into mirror mode here, as we usually do, but it's not exactly the way I usually do models. So we're gonna be learning about myself tonight. It's gonna be an interesting ride, I think. So already he's got like I want to say an elongated bridge. It's hard to do this Blender. Let's open up GIMP real quick. I would like to show that off as well. Yeah, 8 arms. No, it was Rocketeer. It was Rocketeer who said that. Yeah, he's got the little 8 arms, small hands. They don't appear to be wearing gloves. You can't tell. I feel like they're gonna go for what the little Rocketeer, Rocket Raccoon thing, where he's probably gonna have like very small like finger gloves or something like that. Because I can't imagine him not having gloves. It's like just a part of his character design. They're not gonna change his clothing, I don't think. All right. Let's turn on the connects in here. Just a second here. Just give myself a little reference as well. We're gonna go ahead and open up with a little outline, give myself an idea of what I'm gonna be doing here. Oh, I hate this thing sometimes. Excuse me. So people are saying that, like, a lot of that this is going to be where, you know, the point of his nose, this is going to be the outer part of his head, right? So his brow would come to about right here. He would have maybe, that'd be the front of his head, and then this would be, like, you know, your nose bridge area. One of his eyes would go here, and then the other one would be over here. People say it would come out to there, where that little green light is being reflected kind of off of the edge there. I should have done this on another layer. But yeah, like, something like that. I mean, you know, it's very possible that it goes straight up like this. This is just like, you know, the edge of his cheek. It's actually much smaller, less exaggerated. I mean, it's still kind of, it's still got like this Cro-Magnon type, what's it called, brow that he's got going on there. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm just trying to give myself like a little outline of the kind of shape that I want to make his head. And, you know, maybe it goes there. We'll see. Quentin, okay. Well, keep accidentally mentioning me. Yeah, no, because honestly, the character model reminds me of Rocket Raccoon a little bit. Only a little, though. Only a lot. Who am I kidding? It's just got like this sort of... I mean, of course, Rocket Raccoon was supposed to be was always supposed to be like a photorealistic raccoon, and we have a reference for what a raccoon looks like in the real world, so it's not like that was going to be a difficult thing to do for the animators. They have plenty of things to look at when making him. Trying to make this this nose shape now. Oops. Look, it looks like a disco ball. Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. They all start off looking like disco balls, and then they turn into character heads. You create, like, you know, some just trying to create that basic shape. Pull these things forward, push this out, that sort of thing. People are on the way. Hey, thanks, Alex McGee Gameplay. Also, welcome to the Variable Productivity Livestream, Wednesday edition, where I attempt to make heads or tails of the new Sonic model. I figured I'd do that because, well, it's one of the things that I can do, and I'm trying to be relevant. It's nothing more than a publicity stunt.
Hello. Oh, look who's here. Look who's here to ruin another stream.
Oh, great. Welcome.
Cutting ourselves off, guys. Stop it.
Oh, Alex. It's Alex McGee Gameplay, Cryogenic Gamer, and the guy Silver.
No, it's not.
I told you, 4 people were on the way in the chat.
I thought you meant like chat. I could just read the things you had to say. But now, I have to deal with you in person. And that's a problem.
See,
No, I'm kidding.
See, Silver doesn't want me to be here because the last stream we were just in, but Daddy Star can't tell me what to do anymore because I'm 11 now.
I mean, that is the age of responsibility. No.
You just said 11. The age of consent.
No. Age of accountability. That's what I meant to say. Jeez.
Oh, we're all gonna have the FBI knocking on our doors.
Well, they're going to be on your door. Hello, John Rivera. Welcome to the Variable Productivity live stream. I keep saying that.
I have been here for less than 40 seconds and I've already ruined the stream.
Thank you.
Silver
His
abandoned
name is Discord. Oh, you guys can't probably hear anybody in Discord, can you? Can you guys hear?
Silver and Kyle abandoned me, and they left the voice actors meeting.
And then you turned into a right sociopath in the chat in the last stream.
Oh, who
Yeah,
did?
and
Was it
then-
me? I'm sorry.
And the project was cancelled in the last stream.
Yeah, it was
You told us
cancelled.
nothing.
When did I do that? I don't
You
believe.
had to sit there for an entire hour. What were you thinking?
There's a second here. Can you guys hear these people? Okay, Megapie says he can hear you guys, so that means
Great.
people can.
Hi,
They're not physically. They're not physically here. They're just. They can. All right.
Hello, player 147 Prey Man.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to the last stream ever that I allowed these people to be in.
Is that a voice?
Hey, Rodolus, you start from scratch instead of using a similar model? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to start from scratch. The idea was to run this stream from 4 o'clock to about 10 p.m. like I usually do, like a 6-hour stream. We'll see how long I go. But the idea was to just start from scratch, using my own gumption, my own intuition, which is primarily what this whole thing is, and then just sort of going from there. I was just going to try to... Because I don't know if there are already similar models that I could have used, to be honest, for this particular Sonic model.
Let's
Maybe
get
Judy
our
Hopps.
eyes. Let's be edgy.
What's this edginess you're talking about? I can hardly hear you, man. I don't know why that is.
Are we low?
No, just the usual people who are low. Just
No, that's,
you know who
no,
you
we-
are,
No,
Alex.
No, my boy, we're about to get high.
I got you.
No, we are killing. We are.
Player
edgy.
Pro Man can hear them. That's good.
Who said I was edgy? Everyone knows I'm the exact opposite of that.
You are the smoothest
you're-
criminal I've ever met.
No, you're just the biggest pain in the arse.
Careful, those are fighting words.
Oh no,
You
trust me,
bitch.
I'm used to it. It means nothing to me anymore.
All right.
You know I have revenge for that, guys. And I told Rodolus, like I said,
What? Okay,
I'll avenge myself. Okay.
that's good. It's good that you stand up for yourself. You know.
That is what I do as an Avenger, and
How's that look? How do I feel about that?
Okay.
Let's-
I did not bring in the reference. He said that, not me. You said that, not me. I'm not the one that caused it this time.
I don't even know what you mean by that, to be honest. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna make the bridge kind of more sloped, because that's what I think is happening here. He's got like wide cheeks and like I don't know. You'll see what I mean in a moment.
For once, I didn't cause the first Marvel reference to be brought into the stream.
Yeah, usually you would because you're all about that Spider
You're
Boy.
a sad, lonely human who has no life.
I
Eh,
am.
You're not alone. That's what we're all here for.
I'm a baby. I'm a baby. I'm a fanboy. I'm pathetic, and I'm a furry. I'm all these things and more.
Thank you.
Cryogenic.
Now, hang on a minute.
Thank you,
Can we
Megapie.
just- can
That
we
is a
just
distant
settle
bird
this
head.
out?
We're just getting started. Hang on.
Can we just say that Cryo said that and not us?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. I was trying to read the
We're paying
chat.
attention to Cryo.
Pay attention. Wait,
Nobody cares.
Alex, you're not paying attention to me? Who are you? Tombs of Divine Supremacy?
Oh no, right, because... Yeah, sorry about that, everybody. I didn't have a stream on Sunday. I'm making up for it. I'm doing my best.
Say that again. I'm gonna dangle you off the roof for Spider-Man to save you.
Oh no. Wow.
My hero.
Michael Jackson reference.
Spider-Man would scale up this building to save you in a few seconds. Okay.
But I'm just gonna go grab my charger and go for a whiz.
Sounds like a good idea. You didn't have to tell everything.
Well, you know, I need to keep my.
I like to be honest.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
that's
for
the
informing us.
National man.
Silver, it's
And
good
ask-
to know you. It's good to know that he's
friends with a minor. 2 minors.
And a sharp.
Keep that center line centered? I don't know what you mean by that.
So, Rodolus, how long do you think it's gonna take till you break doing this stream?
I don't know. If I just pretend you're not here, maybe it'll never happen.
Maybe it'll get done. Maybe not.
I don't
So,
know. Let me center
Rodolus,
mine.
I need to tell you something important here.
Yes.
People could describe the new Sonic design in many words. Creepy, disgusting, like, absolutely appalling, and weird, uncanny, many things. But one word that comes to mind when many people think of his legs. What do you think, Rodolus? Because I think he's pretty thick.
Chicken
Well,
bones.
see, you're the guy who thinks anything that has, like, a density over, what, 10 ounces is thick. So, I don't think he's that thick. And yes, to answer your question, John Rivera, I am doing him in mirror mode. This is like, okay, so it's different than, what's this, Maya? ZBrush? You use Maya.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyway, it's a little bit different because it's a straight up modifier. I brought in a whole sphere and then I cut it in half to do this. And then I added this, so now it's like, it just copies whatever's on the other side. The cool thing about it is I can do it on the x-axis, I can do it on the y-axis, so it's like back to back, or on the z-axis. And I can do it all at the same time. But I'm just doing this so that I can work on both sides at the same time. So, I am willing to talk shop.
I'm sorry, I killed Cryo. I couldn't hold on.
Yeah, well, he didn't deserve it.
What? How did you kill me? And why am I still alive if you killed me?
Okay, so
You
his...
dropped.
Yeah, it was you. You did it.
I didn't drop. I heard all of that.
Alright, so...
Alex, you're Russoing me again.
Something fell on the floor. I swear to God, I heard it.
No, that was a, What was that? It was in my... Yeah, I don't know what that was. I think it was like a speaker. It was in my house. I dropped it, and it fell, and I'm sorry.
Something that the voice actors have found is a new term to know if somebody's lying to you outright. You say they're Russoing.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you can have a certain type of leg, and I don't know. Maybe it'll look better in the hard light of day. I doubt it somehow, but maybe. But, like, those runners' legs, I feel like they could have gotten away with making them a little bit more cylindrical rather than trying to make them look like a one-to-one human's legs. Maybe they could have tried some things. Maybe they could have given him hocks, given him like a dog's legs. Now that would have driven the fan base insane. But
I just realized something about Sonic's model in the new movie.
What about
People
it?
were making that joke when Sonic Boom's new designs were revealed about how Sonic's legs would just keep getting longer and longer and weirder as each year went by. I think the Sonic's legs in 2020 that meme is now becoming a reality even sooner than we thought.
Well, guess whose fault that is? It's the fandom's fault. You guys make the memes. You do this to yourself every year. I feel like his nose should be smaller.
Sonic in the movie is just Sackboy from Little Big Planet.
He
That's
really
his
isn't.
face.
I feel like...
That place.
I think his eyes are going to be larger. Personally, they're just not going to be together like they always are. I feel like they're not going to be those tiny little beady hedgehog eyes that we're so used to seeing on actual hedgehogs.
If it is, though, you have no way of knowing if that is the case, though.
Yeah, you can't tell. So what I'm going to do is a lot of interpretation around that area because I can't know. We can't know until it comes out.
I would love that image that somebody photoshopped of, like, superimposing a real hedgehog's face on Sonic's model. Is the real model that they go with, like, he just has a normal hedgehog face.
Maybe. Ooh,
Yeah.
that was wrecked. Let me turn that off.
Yeah,
Can I
weird.
fix it? A little bit. Maybe a little bit. That's what I want. I want the sloping, I want that slope. I'm all
Maybe
about that
that's why
slope.
Maybe that's why they brought on the guy for Deadpool, so that Sonic could just have normal black, like, beady eyes and they can move it with CGI. Do it Deadpool.
It's some realism.
It's freaking Michael Jordan with a Sonic
He
head.
does model
guys.
in mirror mode. I don't know. I don't know about right now. I am Pilgrim Journey. I am totally modeling in mirror mode. Also, I'm ready for something different. That's cool.
Genre
I think it was
Rivera,
going to
that
look
is
like
insulting.
Detective Pikachu. It's not impossible that it could look like
What are you talking about?
Detective
Impossible.
Pikachu.
I mean,
I just feel like it won't because they weren't. They were being developed at different times.
Your echo is really bad right now, Alex.
It's not my. Yeah, I was gonna say that's definitely Alex doing that. Alex, you have one more chance before we banish you from the island where we produce all of these VPLs. Oh, by the way, everyone, we do. I'm not sending you where? Excuse me? You don't know where I'm not gonna send you. You have no idea. Check your privilege. No, I'm just kidding.
You have no idea. I can take you to places you've never been before.
Man, I don't want to go those places. They sound seedy. They sound below legal.
Below legal?
Yeah, it's Alex McGee. I don't know why that was happening. I think it's done now. I think
Places sound very unlegal.
Are you even legal to live stream, sir?
I don't think I did. I did not. Now that you mention it, I did not sign a single paper okaying or clearing me to do a live stream ever.
Neither did I. I think all my live streams are about to be struck down by YouTube now.
Just gonna get rid of it. Well, hey, you had some content on here that we find no longer palatable by the average human being. It's like a corporate thing. No, you're just a not decent human.
But I'm a Pokemon. That makes your case even worse.
Let's see here. Sounds like something Aladdin would say. Oh,
It's just Michael.
I missed
Dude,
it.
it's just Michael Jordan with a Sonic head. That's all he is.
Who? Michael what? Michael Jordan? No. Michael Jordan has long legs. These legs are a bit, not long.
They're lying to us. When the movie comes out, his legs are going to be extremely long, guys.
Well, like, your favorite game, Sonic 06. I don't know why you're so mad then, Alex. This should be exactly what you want.
Rocketeer Raccoon. I just don't understand why they couldn't use the normal Sonic design.
Well, they wanted to do something different. They were like, hey, let's do something no one has ever done before. Otherwise, a Sonic the Hedgehog movie would just obviously not ever stand out. Would be unremarkable.
If you look at Detective Pikachu movie, at least they keep in the design familiar to look of Pikachu. I did not read that correctly, but I did.
Alright. Oh, I see. You're reading his comment. If you look at Detective Pikachu.
It's Paramount, it's Sonic, so, you know, they're gonna change the design, I guess. You know, it's just normal.
No one complained when they changed the design of the Autobots. Oh, wait, everyone did? No, I don't know. I mean, it's just what they decided to do as, you know, you take your creative license. And they really pushed for this design, so hopefully it works out for them. I'm not here to hate on a design. I'm not a professional modeler, but I will speak up when I dislike something. I'm not saying that I won't, but it's just like...
No one complained when they gave the Bayformers, genitalia. Still don't understand why they did that.
Quit lubricating the man. You have...
No one complained when Evil Sonic became Scourge.
Well,
No
no.
one complained when this, you know, RG Sonic comics got rebooted. What am I talking about? We complained.
No one complained about the IDW comics. Oh, wait.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
They still are complaining? Is that what you're trying to say? Yes.
Yeah, I hope they give Sonic a... I hope Madonna's in the Sonic movie.
So, this isn't exactly the final eye size. I'm just giving it, like, some room to breathe. I'm probably going to bring them in, because I'm feeling like they're going to go for a spherical eye, which means that they're not going to do what I usually do for Sonic eyes, which is just make them a flat 2D plane with eye textures. I'm actually going to step out of my comfort zone here, and we're going to make a 3D eye. That's the plan, and not the console. I know you guys were thinking it, because I was thinking it.
You know, I don't think there's any way you could be comfortable while making a model like this.
The screen looks fuzzy. Up your resolution, Pilgrim Journey, because I am broadcasting at 1920 by 1080.
1920 by 1080. Where's my 4K?
What was that?
I'm wondering why you think you need 4K for what I'm doing right now.
Because 4K resolution is the good resolution and it's the best.
Oh, wow.
You know, just because the resolution is higher does not improve the quality of the image. Let's just be honest here.
Alex, It's Animagination behind the IDW Sonic comic dubs.
Oh yeah, the guy we're all actually working with to produce these things while we trash IDW. No. How's it going, Animagination? Welcome to the Variable Productivity live stream. I am your host, Rotulus the Tuislant.
It's not that hard. All you have to do is put the resolution of the video in the title, and people will come in here and they will watch it. Because that's what everyone does, apparently.
Apparently, but here's the deal. My computer doesn't handle... My graphics card would not output 4K anything. It's not even an option on OBS, so... Like, I got a little... It's a little old. A little oldie.
Welcome, guys, to the Rotulus 2 Variable Productivity live stream, now in 8K.
Yes, 8K, so you can see all these, like, unfinished models in 8K resolution. And be like, well, why am I looking at this and this? Why are you eating up my bandwidth with this garbage? And I would have to say, I don't know. You clicked on the video, so... I think we're both at fault here.
I made the video. You watched the video.
I'm good, but you're not planning on making a 3D version of that movie design, are you? Actually, I am. It's going to be an interpretation. There's no way to really make it the same way, but that is the plan.
Let's read it this way. I'm good. You're not planning on making a 3D version of the movie design, are you? Yes, I am. Oh.
Hey,
What's up? Someone say something? Oh, no. Oh, it's Zealous. Welcome to the chat. Zealous. I couldn't hear because, I don't know. I got bad ears or something.
No, it's alright. Oh my god.
Okay.
What?
Oh, don't worry about it, Animagination. We gonna do good.
That's tornadoes.
Carrying a car.
Apparently, me pointing out people's hypocrisy in this fandom actually gained me followers, not lost it.
That tornado's carrying a hypocrite.
Congratulations.
Here comes the fan base.
No,
Alex never changed.
He can't. He's literally genetically engineered to be exactly the way he is.
there are so many analogies that I could throw at how everybody is acting right now.
I'm sure there are.
Probably
bring
one
this-
of my favorites, though, is crap ton of whiny children with their parents in a Toys R Us. They can't get the toy they want.
I want the
And,
Sonic toy.
and instead, they have to get something else that they don't want. They throw a massive fit, breaking shit.
Well, thank you for that.
Well, I don't think... I think it's more the case where, like, oh, Animagination
What?
said that. Sonic is sick to me, too.
Yeah. I feel like you guys see everything as thick. That's just you.
Yeah.
But, his legs are thick. I think John Rivera likes it. He thinks it's great. But,
Who?
Verifex.
Oh, no, yeah, Vera's down for it. But then again, he's been doing this stuff for a long time.
I guess so.
You know,
He pioneered it.
Well, I was gonna say, the reason why, you know, the fan film, you know, picked him up, why they came to him, is because he had a very, you know, a big understanding on, well, you have to change things to work within a real, you know, within live action.
Oh, player 147 Proman says, "Tell Zealous I said hi."
It's
Like,
I want the Sonic toy. No, I don't want the ugly one. Stop it. No, I want the good one.
I don't want the ugly one.
Oh.
Can people hear Zell?
I don't know, can they? I think people are watching.
Hmm? Yeah, I'm just hoping that the people can watch. People who are watching can hear everybody. That's the thing. I know they can hear me. I'm screaming into my microphone right now, and I'm gonna get some sort of noise complaint. I know it, but
Yeah, Sega doesn't like the design. That's funny to me.
They never said that.
They didn't say that directly. They I think it was, I forget what it was.
it was a
like,
quote.
So yeah, working on the movie, they were like, I don't think Sega very much likes what we did with the eyes.
That is not what was said either.
Something along those lines.
Tails Channel again?
That's the thing. You really gotta, you have to read it word for word. You can't just fill in the blanks.
It's not filling in the blanks. It's like what it was said. It was like.
Okay, you heard him. That's good.
Like that.
I remember. Oh, just reading that comment's been read already. All right. Well, thank you for reading the comics for me, guys. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to keep up with them. Sorry. No, I said thanks for reading the comments, you guys, because I sometimes miss some things, and I'm trying not to do them. I'm trying to be better about it.
No, but seriously, should I open up the tweet from Tails Channel or whatever with the interview to see if he really did say?
Well, of course, you need to read things to make sure you have the right information.
Why not do that?
Okay, let me stop. Right now, I'm about to try to go down my little roadless road where I just start interpreting everything. I need to go back to the actual drawing. I felt myself. I felt my hand slipping.
Roadless is like, quickly, I need to make it not ugly.
I still question why Tails Channel follows me.
I don't know. Maybe they just want to know what you have to say.
Maybe they do it out of spite.
They haven't blocked me. They aren't a Donnie. So.
Oh, he's dropping names now, is he?
Well, I'm not.
Nobody knows who Donnie is.
I certainly don't. I'm sorry.
It's like, everyone knows who Donnie is. Well, I don't.
I'm not trying to be like an elitist, like, yo, dog, I don't even know who that is. I just don't know who that is.
Wait, did
I'm
Tails
so much worse than him, I never know who this is.
Yeah, probably.
What happened? So you mean to tell me that Tails Channel blocked you because you had too much info or more than they had?
No. Donnie, 1990, SSF. SFF.
Let's hit that subdivision service. Give myself a better idea what I'm doing. That's a little bit better.
But,
I feel like my nose is too long. Maybe too big, too.
What happens else? I can't hear you. You went kind of silent.
You talking to me? Oh, he's
No. Just,
contemplating.
Cybrid being Cybrid.
Well, for one thing, I'm not all interested in watching this movie when it comes out. It's definitely going to be an box office bomb. Well, we don't know that, Rocketeer. I feel like a lot of people will watch it. Maybe, who knows? It's hard to gauge that kind of thing.
What's going on right now will actually make this movie succeed.
Maybe that's why they released it the way they did.
Any publicity is good publicity.
That is not always true, but okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if right now, and this is coming from history, obviously, that in other scenarios of tantrums happening.
Danny Tantrum.
Gotta catch them all. I'm sorry.
And
you're freaking killing me with all these unanswered questions and incomplete sentences and cut-offs.
Looks like it'll be pretty dope mask. Not gonna lie. Well, you know what? That's what we can do with this. We can 3D print it, and around Halloween of next year, it'll be all the rage. I'm the Sonic Killer.
Get your unlicensed Rotorless 2 Sonic costumes.
I promise. I hear you.
When I first saw, I thought it was April Fool's was a month ago. Oh, it was months ago. Yeah, it was. I mean, April Fool's was several months ago. But
no, the greatest April Fool's joke is going to be when Avengers Endgame comes out. It's just not going to release.
Right, because it is coming out in April now instead of May. That would be really trolly. I'd be like, yeah, man, we knew you were gonna try to come and see a movie that's not here. Check out Aladdin. I don't.
Yeah, everyone buys Endgame tickets, and it just turns out to be Aladdin.
Speaking of Aladdin, I think my only issue I have with that is at least from the trailer that we got, the teaser so far. Obviously, more. My opinion could definitely change. It's a Aladdin was always a very fantasy, like straight up fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't grounded within reality.
Not at all. Based on it. Yeah.
Yeah. And the way that they showed off, like, what is that? The cave.
The Cave of Wonders.
Is that the Cave of Wonders? Didn't talk.
I thought he was talking. His mouth wasn't moving. Is that what you're talking about?
The mouth wasn't moving.
I like to think that that's just they were just showing the model, and they hadn't animated it.
Yeah, that's my hope. That's why I like, obviously. But currently, that was my most off-put thing. I was like, wait, everything else looks fine.
Well, now we got the Legend of the Hidden Temple cross.
But yeah, now
Aladdin.
That is immediately what came to my mind, actually. With just this mouth.
With lights and fire. Yeah.
I love it.
It looks like a Halloween decoration prop. It like lights up.
Oh. Yeah. Cave of Wonders line would be a big seller if they could make that work in your house around Halloween.
You know it's gonna be a Disneyland ride after the movie.
Guys, I think we killed Silver. We killed him.
He's just muted. He doesn't want to talk to you.
He's not muted.
Oh, he's just gone?
He's not muted.
He was muted. It's also late where he is. Maybe the time zone killed him,
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the time zone killed him.
Fell asleep.
Just as much as, Rivera goes and is going to get a nap.
Yeah.
Before work.
Alright. Well, thanks guys for coming out. They can't hear me anymore, but if they ever watch this back and come to, an hour into the broadcast, I said thank you for stopping by.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, never mind.
I was talking about the Aladdin teaser.
Yeah, we were.
I mean, that's just a teaser, really.
No, that's why. Obviously, it's early, right? That was an early thing, so everything is subject to change.
I mean, at least
I should say look better. More
guys.
Oh, I should save this podcast, shouldn't I? Yeah.
Guys.
What?
What?
Keep saying replace the model in the Sonic movie and delay it.
They're not going to do that.
They're not going to do that. There's money been put into this thing. They have a release date. They're not touching that.
Yeah. Plus, they've already had to move the release date twice.
Oh, because they didn't want to compete with the other movies coming out that summer.
Yeah.
It's going to be a competitive summer.
Here's the thing, though. They're coming out bloody. It's coming out Oscar time.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog's gonna win the Oscar, guys.
Hollywood? No. Paramount Sonic? That's what I'll call him.
Wait, the Oscars are gonna be in November this time around?
I don't know when the Oscars ever take place. I don't pay attention.
But like November to January time, that's like Oscar time.
I thought they were now.
Yeah, like usually like March. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
Call it Paramount Sonic.
I'm looking forward to seeing everyone's favorite YouTuber, Will Smith, as Zucchini.
Yeah, he really got his start on that YouTube, didn't he? That's where he comes from.
See, because if he could control Rewind, he would run Fortnite.
Yeah, I hear that's actually what he wanted, but I don't understand why.
Is this what you wanted? No!
Though, to be honest, I didn't know how much children liked Fortnite until I went to see Wreck-It Ralph, and there were little kids in the audience who were like, oh, that's a Fortnite reference. I'm like, wow, really? You like it like that? I thought it was like, I don't know what I thought. I just didn't pay attention. I don't play Fortnite. Sorry, guys. I'm not hip.
What about Ninja? What about Ninja? Everyone's favorite.
I'm talking to you.
You know what? I just hate how much Fortnite was in that video.
Which
what?
one? Oh, in the
rewind.
Oh my goodness. Whose laugh is that?
Alex, are you
expected
trying to be a female right now?
The chicks from today's society.
I'm surprised Fortnite survived this long. Well, Fortnite's from 2017, so it's about a year old,
Guys,
2
you
years
don't-
old now, maybe.
I'm imitating Ninja. That's what I'm doing.
Is that what he sounds? See, here's the deal. I don't watch Ninja, so I had no reference for that. Sorry.
I don't watch Ninja either. All I know is that he's a Twitch streamer that plays Fortnite and everyone hates.
I was gonna say, Fortnite actually
Dude,
started.
you don't remember Ninja having a mental breakdown? Remember when he was
No.
yelling at that little... He was screaming at the kid.
All I know is that he got somebody reported
So,
on live stream.
what were you saying, Zell? You were talking about?
I was saying that if we're talking Fortnite massive popularity, right, was when obviously the free-to-play side, Battle Royale, add-on, like side part, standalone, where you could either, hey, do I want to pay 20, 30, 40 bucks, depending on which, package, to get the single player, more in-depth, story-driven, cinematic, kind of tower defense-ish, or fort defense, which is why Fortnite, the name is there.
Oh, I didn't. I thought it was because you played for
It was
2
zombies.
weeks.
No, zombies.
I know, I'm messing around.
Alright, well anyway,
Sorry.
I didn't know if you knew much about, like, these...
No, I didn't know it was zombie related at all. Actually, I just.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's got this whole, like, story, really phenomenal voice acting in it. It's honestly, it's a bit sad that the Battle Royale side is the highly popular, and the part where they've been pouring their hearts in for the last 4 or 5 years
Is ignored.
Is kind of ignored. And yet the developers, they still update it and, fix it up. Whenever there's a Battle Royale update, Fortnite, the other half of it gets stuff too. See, and the thing is, I got the game when the single player was, or the other half was actually still popular.
Yeah, you guys are cheapskates, and that's why you don't like the story, because you can't experience it, guys. You gotta pay the money, buy an empty case.
Well, no, I mean, outside of obviously they've made,
I feel like his head's not tall enough. What am I doing wrong? No, it's pointed down. He is
like 300
looking away and
million,
down.
month, multiple months, if not more now at this stage. Fortnite, I commemorate its success, and I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. I see it being very much like another Minecraft.
Interesting.
Regardless
But slowly
of
dies.
what people want,
Rodolus, I'm looking at this model right now. It's not ugly enough to be the live-action 3D Sonic.
The quills should make the model look better, in my opinion. Okay, and imagination. Let's.
Which makes it easier to get.
So there will be quills. I'm gonna add those. I want to be done with the basic head first, and I'm also wondering how, because I drew a little picture, not a picture, but I kind of tried to map this thing out to see exactly where maybe certain parts of his
Do you guys know that kids are going to
nose.
rehab for Fortnite?
I can imagine, but I don't believe it. Where's
They're obsessed with Fortnite, and they get rehab now because gaming addiction is officially a real thing, and it's a disease.
I thought it was the gambling addiction that people were upset about, not the gaming. Like, yeah, you play too many games, your parents just say, hey, no, you can't play the game anymore, and then you stop playing it because your parents tell you what to do. But this seems excessive.
Parents don't take away games anymore. They don't take away game systems. They just let their child sit there and play the game while they
they can't. They can't really take away that stuff because they're scared.
It's also on the phone, isn't it?
Like,
Take away my phone, I can't play my phone. Well, you can have control over that. What's up?
I just thought of, like, the perfect way for, like, the Sonic film to be advertised. The first trailer is going to be the live-action 3D Sonic revealed, and then he's going to be flossing.
No. I feel like by that time, maybe the flossing meme will be dead. Maybe.
Well, yeah, but that means it will be the perfect time for it to be in the movie. Because it'd be out of date, and no one would be doing it.
I mean, again, I'm neutral on this movie. You know, I've been following it for a very long time, and my knowledge of what potentially Sonic would look like, I was spot on. I'm not at all deterred, like other people are, because
I'm seeing the movie.
I've been wanting a Sonic movie in theaters, mind you. It's a big deal when it's on the big screen.
Oh yeah, none of this OVA garbage, huh?
Regardless of how it turns out, the fact that it got to this point finally.
I think we're kind of on the money now.
That is like a childhood
dream
fantasy for me, and now it's no longer a fantasy.
It's reality.
I never thought that they would do something like that until 2014, when the rumor surfaced.
It's been that long? 2014?
It's been that long, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when it was handed over to Sony or some crap, and they pulled it from Sony, and then they brought it over to Lionsgate, I believe, and then Lionsgate got it pulled away?
I didn't know about that.
Oh, no, that's not, no, it was just Sony. It was just Sony, and now it's Paramount. Sony just didn't want to, Sony let it stagnate.
Oh, they weren't actually planning on making a movie.
Oh, they were focused on the Emoji Movie.
Oh! Yeah.
Everyone's other favorite movie of the year.
Good job, Sony. You're batting 1,000 now. No Popeye and now no Sonic.
Speaking of the Emoji Movie, all that negative reaction that people had with it and made a big deal out of it made it a really successful movie in the end.
Oh, yeah. The
Emoji Movie was only $30 million to make.
And everyone felt like, oh, I need to go see this.
And, you know, box office wise, it almost reached 400.
Like, with the, at least Sony Pictures now has the animated Spider-Man movie. But, like,
I'm looking to see that. That'll be fun.
When it comes to the,
that's pretty well received. I look at the ratings. That one's doing pretty good.
I told you the Emoji Movie was good. See, check the ratings, guys. Yeah, the ratings explain everything.
I was talking about the Spider-Man movie, but okay.
When it comes to the Sonic movie, the more I look at it, I just don't like what's going on. And honestly, that Sonic creeps me out. And I'm just thinking, like, we could have just had
Have you not seen what the Brazil guy said now?
What Brazil guys?
What
Also,
Brazil guys?
One moment. There's someone. I would be laughing my head off if you found out that you got the model spot on when they announced the full thing. Yeah, that would be crazy.
And then you'd have, it's like, you stole my design even though I didn't.
Holy crap! That would be an honor if I got like a cease and desist once I upload this thing. I'd be like, oh!
And then you win like. That you end up winning an Oscar, or like the film wins an Oscar for like best character design or something.
No. Yeah, you won the Oscar, not the movie itself.
So what would
The Naruto movie is gonna be awesome when they work on that.
Great. What were you saying, Zell? I feel like the people are getting cut off.
It's fine. No, I was saying that. Anyway, I was saying that. That's multiple pictures, by the way.
It does add imagination. I really want to see that. Okay.
Thanks.
Can I just?
Okay, that's right. No, I was saying that with the people the true people that spontaneously somehow have. I'm not even going to question how they have it. I'm not going to even talk about its legitimacy or not. But the poster with Sonic on essentially, you know, call it Red Gate Bridge for the time being.
Is that not San Francisco?
Is that not Radical Highway?
It's San Francisco, but...
I was about to say. Like, wait, are they saying it's not? I'd be surprised.
Yeah, just watch it be radical horror.
That'd be kind of neat, but also wrong city.
Yeah. But no, what I was gonna say is this, you know, how they somehow had this poster. Right?
There's a common thread, Fox. I'm just saying.
I was gonna say the guy that is constantly saying, well, this, and well, the people who work there, they'll actually open up the boxes when the parts of the building are quiet, and they'll go and look at it and get to see what's coming out, that and you know, see the promotional stuff, and I'm like, so should I slap the cuffs on you right now?
I thought that was Tails channel. I just figured he had an inside track, but maybe I don't know.
No. In fact, I'm really shocked that a lot of these people are just completely compliant with the amount of illegal shit that's going on right now.
Well,
wait, hold on. I heard illegal shit. What train have we jumped onto?
Yeah, I think he's talking about the movie again, and he's saying that
the most recent one.
Right, the one that's supposed to be someone stuck in the theater.
The one that's from the NC-17 rated version of the movie.
Stop it. It's not NC-17.
The only thing with that poster is there's no actor, there's no director, there's no from the producer.
Yeah, I know.
Which means that I've been scooped. That someone else did the model. Darn it.
No, it's like their names. They don't want to be associated with the movies. So
no, they just didn't put it on there yet. It's not done.
But no, the thing is, the way that this guy constantly has to try, like, well, my wife was with me, and then later on, it's like, well, my brother took the picture.
It's interesting.
You know, and like nothing really connected, but obviously, you know,
he needs ears now.
Channel needing to continue a narrative that they were already on board with anyway from the very beginning, and even though you know, it's like, I'm sorry, I can't take them seriously because they will conform to a specific thinking and stick to it, but they'll mask themselves as if they're not. Prime example, we're going to be the ones covering the Sonic movie stuff, even though we actually don't give a shit about this movie. Because that was said, tweet-wise, by Tails channel.
Josh
prior to
them
switching over to be in this Sonic movie news focus as their slogan thing.
One moment. Fox, no, I'm sorry. I keep saying Fox. Too many Foxes. No. Josh, who can't you hear? And
apparently they can't hear me.
Oh, darn it! I had things turned down because people were telling me the music was too loud. And now, no, I can't hear anybody because the music comes through the same channel as the desktop. That's my fault. I could probably do something.
If no one's gonna claim these Pringles, I'm claiming them.
Well, they're in your house. None of us can do it.
No, I'm just now? On the table. No one's claiming them.
Yeah, say some things, Zell. Just see if
something.
Can you hear Zealous? You better not lie. I'll come to your house and I'm gonna start smacking fools.
Let's see if that's better now. I mean, if I have to, I'll switch over to my other mic.
I mean, what kind of mic are you using right now? Like, is it a real mic?
Okay, they can hear me now.
Okay, good.
No, what I was saying is that, like, just I can't take a lot of these people seriously. Whether I were to like this, whether I would maybe not like this poster, just the poster itself, or I did like it. Just in general, the hysteria is ridiculous, and it honestly it disgusts me to an extent when
I don't know animation.
Nobody is actually, you know, having a lick of common sense.
Maybe here.
Let me tell you, Zealous, if you don't like the hate the poster's getting, don't go on my Twitter.
People think that this is Japan, where they have extremely low budgets for movies and they can't afford to make any realistic looking because they can't do it, and they have to rely on like effects and stuff that are like, you know, practical, but bad looking practical effects and like bad CGI that can't be realistic. But it's like, this is America, boy. We need realistic.
For me,
Not to mention.
I'm not being funny, right? If this person came out and it was people trying to have another go at this, I'd be like, you know what? I'll check it out. But this is a big time company who know their stuff, who should know by now. Literally, no one likes it when you mess too much with an iconic design, unless the story's good enough.
Well, what have they messed with? I think that's again jumping the gun.
Well,
No.
I'm saying it is jumping the gun, but most noticeably, the legs. They're
The
gonna keep me
legs.
out, if I'm honest.
What do you
Stop
mean?
staring at me with those legs, Sonic.
So you actually think noodle legs makes more sense in a realistic setting?
Yeah, he's a cartoon character. I don't know.
Not necessarily, but it's more the fact that you're keeping the character recognizable.
You know, fans have been drawing Sonic with actual calves for years.
Let me know.
Oh, yeah, but this is an official
Fan
thing and not fan art.
And
Doesn't matter.
no, it's well,
They
okay.
had a
Here's
better
it does
stand.
because it's like if this movie is gonna go for that mass appeal for people coming to see a Sonic
It's
thing,
not.
people are gonna expect to see their Sonic the way that they're used to seeing him. So I can see why
It's
that
like
would be a
it
problem.
is-
it's the
for
mainstream.
fans.
It's the
This movie
mainstream
was for
audience and
everyone.
kids. Kids who have played Sonic Forces will want to come into this and say, "Oh, I'm going to see this Sonic on the big screen." They come in and they see this Paddington-looking Sonic, which they'll be like,
Paddington?
"Oh, I guess that's Sonic."
Most
No,
people
but they got
just
inspiration
recognize
from
him.
Ted, I guess.
outside of fandom side of things, most people don't think like that.
Yeah, they already think Sonic's a joke. I don't know.
I
Yeah.
think
Like,
A lot of people, I guarantee you, just because of how people are acting right now, and if it continues and even gets worse, it's really just going to push a general audience to go see the movie even more, because they're going to look over at a specific group of people and be like, wow,
Yeah, no,
this movie offends you that much?
but the whole
Okay,
point
I'm
is
gonna
that
go
it,
watch it.
Well, then that
The whole
means it
point,
behooves
though-
us as fans to hate this movie as much as possible to get those butts in that seat. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey.
it was their goal to offend the fans.
No, I'm messing around, of course, but still.
Like, I'm
I don't
thinking,
know,
like,
man.
I wish the movie was
waiting.
just
Here's
like.
the thing, an imagination saying a lot of people saying seem to agree that the movie should have been CGI in the first place. Here's the thing, though, I'm all for live action if they do it right, and for all I know, this could be it. For all I know, but playing it safe and keeping it CGI and keeping it to like the Unleashed cutscenes,
well,
people would be more on board than what they are now because everyone sees rather sketchy because of the live action part.
just a second here.
See, you
That's
say
that's
people will
fine,
be
Fox,
more on
because it's
board.
supposed to be a team meeting. We shouldn't talk about other people's
Yeah.
projects.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that.
I think the 2012 fan film looks so much better than what we've seen from the movie, what it could possibly look like.
Japan, not joking about this.
That's
Japan
not
is
just because we have the guy who worked on the models on our team.
also
Yeah, it's
don't
not just because of that.
understand
Here's
I'll
the
name
thing,
off.
though.
I'll name off two pretty popular IPs. You know, if we're gonna focus on Marza and everybody likes, oh, Mars is amazing. Mars's last two movies
Mars.
have not been that great.
Mars. I'm sorry.
Guy.
Okay.
Like,
For
when
the
it comes to the
uninitiated,
movie-
Mars.
No,
What do you mean?
Marza.
they animated like Unleashed and stuff like that.
Yeah, Marza.
Oh,
Sega.
okay.
They're a
No, but
subsidiary
it
to
did the
Sega.
Night of the Werehog short.
Right, right.
Yeah,
right,
they-
I get
I
you.
want a
that
feature
too.
length version of that. That's my Sonic movie.
You know that Night of the Werehog short was really only meant for an arcade, right? Was meant for it was just an experience thing. That's all it is.
Oh, was it meant to be
Whatever, it
something
looks
like
great.
Dragon's
Yeah, it's a
Lair?
4D thing. I mean, you know, people think it looks great. To me, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I thought it was really goofy.
I'm not being
Well,
funny.
It's
No,
Sonic,
you
though.
see that,
That's
it makes a
Sonic,
lot
he's
more
goofy.
sense as to why
No,
there's
that-
next to no dialogue in the whole
It doesn't
thing.
have to
Don't
be
you
Sonic.
think Sonic would be
It
different?
doesn't.
Sonic would be different if it was made in Japan because
They're
the
talking
movie
about
wouldn't-
the
it was-
company Joshua Simonson. They're talking about. You probably already heard
Yeah.
by now. I'm reading all these things late.
It is.
Yeah, Marza
How I see-
Animation Planet. They're the people that have. They did their most recent movie that they did. In fact, actually, it was Sony centered too. And when they had the teaser trailer for Resident Evil Vendetta, which is what Marza was working on. In the description on the Sony one, actually also put down that it snuck in the Sonic movie in the description because Marza was a part of it as well. They still are.
What's up?
If Japan made the Sonic movie, it would be what the fans wanted.
No, well,
okay, so that's not entirely true.
No, that's no.
Because
when it comes to
y'all been getting mad about them games they've been making recently.
Yeah,
you can't have it both ways.
I just wish like that the Sonic movie was just give Marza like a couple $100 million budget and then just
I'm not being funny, Cryo. Here's the thing. We could say the same thing about Scooby-Doo. Hollywood would have done it better because Hollywood's an American thing. Scooby-Doo is an American IP. Sonic is a Japanese IP. It doesn't matter who makes him. You know,
we have access to that stuff. I've got access to the files. They've made some Scooby-Doo movies. They're not that great.
Where's our Scooby-Doo anime?
I was gonna say,
do you get what I'm saying, though? It doesn't matter if...
All right, one at a time, guys.
That owns the IP has the IP to make the film of them. You know, it's just whoever is behind the camera writing the story and making all the decisions.
Yeah.
All right.
Guys,
I've watched Mars's. I've watched their, Space Pirate Captain Harlock.
Okay.
And I've watched their, Resident Evil Vendetta.
All right.
Dude.
I'm not keen on the Resident Evil films, if I'm honest. They kind of bore me.
So, Alex McGee Gameplay has been champing at the bit to say something.
Guys,
he's really not.
You keep cutting me off every time I try to start it.
On purpose, actually.
Nobody wants you to speak.
To do realistic CGI? No, they're like decades behind us, and they've proven that so many times with their crappy CGI. If Japan did the Sonic movie, it would have been what the fans wanted. Just the Sonic model. God, I've been trying to say that the whole time.
Alright.
Can you imagine like what the movie could look like if it had like if Sonic has like a realistic hedgehog face and is all like motion captured?
Well, they did some motion capture back in that Sonic 06. Motion capture does not solve problems.
What if we just get a live action version of 06?
No,
that'd be great. That was still when motion capture was very experimental in gaming.
2006? Let me just look at it.
Has a lot of problems.
Oh, it stopped playing.
From the character animations, they were smooth, though a bit too smooth, if that makes sense.
It's called
Sonic had too many curves in 06. Too smooth.
Yeah. It would have been nice if they used some actual
I think Sonic could easily work in motion capture now.
Yeah. Like also, it's funny we're bringing up 06 and stuff like that because you have Marza and Blur working on this movie.
Blur Studios, that's the people who does things for World of Warcraft, Blizzard.
No. Blur Studio has done a bunch of things. They were also the VFX people behind Deadpool. Not so much Deadpool 2, but definitely the first one because Tim Miller was a part of it. Pretty much anything Tim Miller touches, Blur touches, because it's his company.
And Imagination. Have you ever seen that hilarious bad Malaysian McDonald's Sonic commercial? I have. It's what I strive to be whenever I touch my computer.
Yeah.
I think.
Can we have the Sonic movie? You go to see it in 2019 in November, and they just play the rest of that on the loop for like an hour and a half.
Blur Studio were the ones that did the CG cutscenes for Shadow the Hedgehog and 06.
All right. Okay.
So. You have Marza and you have Blur. If there's one thing I gotta say, Blur has exceeded Marza in terms of what they're able to do.
Blur was always the more realistic of the two. They always had the more realistic graphics.
Blur is able to throw out crazy ass shit so damn fast. You know, you had all those Far Cry 5, where it was just like talk specific, focused on like certain characters in the game, where it's, you know, high quality. They look very human, like really good detail. That was them. They're the ones that did Shout of the Tomb Raider.
But say, don't you say
promotional stuff. They're the ones that did the Titanfall 2 promotional stuff. With the live action, with the machine, you know, with the live action people and the Titans.
It's a trip. In terms of graphics,
Dude,
at least.
I think Blur is gonna be better because
Yeah,
realistic Sonic everything, like they've done that before.
They won an Oscar back in 2004. Blur won an
The
Oscar.
Sonic movie could win an Oscar then.
I mean,
And it was just
it's
a
not the
small
type of
little
movie
short.
they give an Oscar.
Yeah.
It's a video
It was
game
just
movie.
a small little. It was Go for Broke, is what the animation was called.
Well, I'm not being funny. I think the only chance Sonic is, like, if we're being realistic here, getting an Oscar if a comic book movie gets an Oscar first. Because I'll say a comic book movie.
Avengers
has a bigger
Endgame
chance
could
these days.
get an Oscar for most anticipated film of the year.
That's not an Oscar
Comic book
category,
film
is
has a
it?
big fan of the video game guys.
Who has the most realistic textures, Blur or Marza?
I don't know. I just wish we got a Toei animation Sonic movie.
That'd be awesome.
They're not putting that
Well,
one
Toei
out.
Animation animated Sonic CDs.
On the new
Animate with
Dragon Ball
that.
Broly film. That,
Guys, take a look at what I'm doing here.
animation.
Am I on the right track?
that would look
What would you change?
beautiful.
I mean, Toei.
That includes you, chat. What do you guys think?
Animated Sonic stuff before.
Wait, they focus on One Piece more. They prioritize.
Also, why can't I hear anybody's voices? Are you guys like just cutting out?
That's Digimon though. The new Digimon movie.
Oh, I know why. Never mind. GPU. Oh, that's why I was cutting out, because I was using my CPU to render stuff. Sorry.
Because that movie's gonna, you know, have the characters now in their 20s.
What? Digimon Adventure Tri is getting another movie?
Oh yeah, it's continuing. Yeah, you know, the events that took place at Tri and whatnot. There's a new movie. It's going to be, you know, fast forwarding a bit. You know, they're much older, and again, that also means, you know, from a psychological standpoint, they're not going to be seeing things the same. It's going to be really interesting.
We're the
I haven't watched
Digidestined.
Digimon
Ooh.
for years. since I
The
was a kid.
Digivolution is
I-
up and running. Did you see? Did you hear? Did you know what's coming? A Digi-Destiny starts today. Let me hear you say, Digimon, digital monsters. Digimon are the champions. Yeah, y'all see
Hey,
that?
now.
Oh yeah.
That's great. That's great.
Freaking the Digi-Rap at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. Of Tri,
dude.
yeah. When they freaking.
When they took two different OVAs and put them together in one movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to get used to that one. 'Cause I'm not a rap guy, right? So it's just like,
I just loved it. It was so very 90s, so very 90s rap. I couldn't.
it still had that 90s, yeah, to it. It just, I don't know, the iconic one, obviously, you know. just,
Player Pro Man. I don't know what I would
original one.
suggest, but I don't know what the movie design would look like. It does look close to what we can see. / make out though. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to make it exactly. There's no possible way to make this spot on. The plan is to kind of interpret it.
Well, there is a way to get it spot on. It's
I'd have to
just
steal it.
incredibly lucky.
Well, I'm not being funny. I think Rose is
I
being
did
more
put
for
a
the
thing in
Ultra
off topic,
Instinct
by
look.
the way. if
Did you
wanna look
watch
at
the
that.
Digimon Tri series? Because if you did, you wasted your
one?
time. All they did was take the movies and chop them up into tiny
Oh, I
little...
know. Oh, I know. I waited for the movies. I wasn't gonna bore through all that.
Oh, so basically what they tried to do was Super.
You know, plus I
No.
wanted to hear all my favorite voice actors. Because I love how they actually came back after so long of not doing them. And
Yeah.
it's like a huge reunion, which oddly enough is was really clever for them to call the first movie Reunion.
You know, I'm surprised I haven't.
I think that's
seen
about
any
as big
of
as I
yet.
want them to be right there. Those little eyes. The sockets will just conform to that.
That's literally what they did with Dragon Ball Super. They just rehashed the first,
By the way,
Resurrection F and Battle of God films.
What's
I
up?
didn't tune into the Goku Black
I
Arc.
was gonna say, I put something, if you want to look at it, Rotolus, so maybe base a bit off of it.
Oh yeah, with the next Digimon movie.
Where'd you put it?
I want.
General?
Off topic.
I want
Oh, off topic.
I want a dude to punch some. I want a dude to punch a Digimon in the face because Data Squad did that, and it was really awesome. You just punch the
great.
Digimon.
Thank you very much, Zell. Look at that. That's perfect. I'm kidding.
Do you hear this? Alex is for animal cruelty.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
That's interesting.
punch you in the friggin' face. Now you're mine.
Kind of what I. Did you just make that? No, that was Sonic Paradise. Okay.
You know,
No,
You know what?
somewhat, that's if you read it, right?
It's in Spanish. Can't read that. Let me
Well,
run that
it's
through
in
some.
It's in Portuguese.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Google Translate away.
Because a Brazilian fan who could see the teaser of the film Sonic shown in the Comic-Con, right? That was just days ago. Says that the design of the hedgehog is something similar to these drawings made by other artists, with hair on the snout, eyes separated but similar to normal, and without gloves.
Okay, no gloves. I was gonna go for that rocket raccoon glove thing.
See, but the new glove thing is gonna creep me out a bit.
You know what's gonna creep me out? The legs.
Mobian is truly naked without gloves.
I have doesn't even faze me because fan artists, they've been doing Sonic with no gloves. Freaking Archie Sonic did Sonic with no gloves.
His gloves were broke at one point.
It's
Actually,
like, it's not just that Sonic has no gloves. It's that it's like a realistic, tiny arm, like fingered Sonic with no gloves, with like
his
these.
hands are just constantly in the gloves, like they're just glued to him. Come on, man.
Well, no, I'm not saying that's the case, but I'm saying it'll look weird with it all being like realistic and like furry.
Because obviously,
I don't know why. I see that kind of. I don't see the weirdness with it.
all right, let's take a look here at. I just had an idea.
Thing, I guess.
A thought occurred
Because
to
it's
me.
like, it's like Sonic, but he has like a humanoid, muscular body with like tiny hands.
know
Like,
what
I will say
humanoid.
this, right, about the reveal. I think the pose does not do the design any justice.
Oh,
It looks
no,
a little
it
bit
does.
stiff and weird.
I mean, yeah, because
Dude,
you realize
look
that pose is straight
Bro.
like the type of pose that modern Sonic would have in the games.
it's
But-
a superhero landing.
But
Yeah,
Modern
that's basically
Son-
what it is.
but
Speaking,
his body type
it's gonna
is different.
turn the furries up there.
I don't know. Oh, I mentioned it.
That's actually something I've actually discovered. A lot of furries are actually okay with what's going on.
They're turned on.
Wow, I'm surprised I'm not then. What is it?
They're gonna be like, oh my
No, wait, what was I? I
Like-
was in.
I love how with Sonic's like feet though, you can tell that Sonic is tapping into the Speed Force.
Oddly enough, the thing that people are
The
worried
lightning
about
shoes.
is Jim Carrey.
I'm actually really looking forward to Jim Carrey. He's gonna brighten up the
I'm
day.
really looking forward to. I do. Again, I still feel, and I don't know why people, especially on Silver Team server, when I brought up that I personally think the smarter choice before they showed off Sonic would have just been to show off Robotnik first.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I say that because that would give you a better understanding of what to compare to.
Or the style the film's gonna
Yes,
go with.
yeah, the style, all that, the direction, whatnot, you would be able to get a better understanding of things. However, I was told, well, it's a Sonic movie, it has Sonic on the name, and so Sonic has to be first. I'm like, no.
The only thing I don't
They
like.
didn't even show off when Blade Runner 2049 was finally announced by by name and everything, and then finally production shots were being shown. They only until mid of 2017, or not mid. No. Mid of 2017 did they start showing off Agent K.
I like I'm like with
Officer K. Sorry,
I was about to say
Officer
Agent K. I was thinking like more,
yeah, Officer K. Like that's when they showed him off, and also with Harrison Ford, right? It was around that point. In more scenes than because we had the teaser that dropped in January of 2017.
I just hope that Sonic's face isn't like all like he doesn't have like a realistic hedgehog face with like beady black eyes or something like that.
See, here's my guess. I feel like by now they've obviously heard of all the feedback. I reckon they're gonna actually show the design within the next week.
That's why I was doing this.
I feel like that's their biggest mistake. They should have just shown the design instead of people
rip that Band-Aid right off.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I get building hype. But unfortunately, it's gone the opposite way with a lot of people.
My like initial reaction to that Sonic design was just like, ew. That was like I just looked at that thing and I'm like, ew.
What's up?
Ew.
Someone's
looking at me.
Saying something? I don't know. What's happening? I couldn't think. They already showed Eggman. I couldn't think. No, they did.
No, they haven't.
Well, no, they've shown the actor, but they haven't shown him in costume.
All we know is that
they haven't shown him in costume.
Yeah, that Carrie is obviously going to be in costume.
He's got to be wearing a fat suit. There's no way.
A skinny Eggman.
I'm wondering. It would be interesting if they do like kind of a becoming Robotnik at the beginning of it.
That's what I'm thinking. Cool. I'm wondering if they're gonna build up.
I would love.
He gets defeated by Sonic so many times that he just starts eating tubs of ice cream.
Well, no, because Terry did say something. He said there was something that he said in regards to the little bit was that essentially what do you say? Like something somber and magical.
Somber and magical.
Now, see, I'm wondering if they're gonna go down the Kinderball route with Carrie.
No,
maybe.
I wouldn't. Well, obviously I got to keep my mouth shut.
Oh right, yeah, you're on live TV. You can't say.
Yeah.
You don't know anything.
Live TV.
All right, so this is my problem here.
Yeah.
I would assume.
The Sonic design just creeps me out, though. It's just weird.
Yeah, well, maybe he'll look like one of these deals, little Floratea.
I'm glad Tails and Knuckles aren't in the movie because
they're not.
That would scare me.
They confirmed that they're not going to be in any of the. I reckon though, by the third film, they may want to get Tails.
They're going to put a stinger in there somewhere.
Film.
I wouldn't be surprised if they partially slip a few characters in.
There's gonna be a stinger, maybe a little picture reference. Like, have you seen me?
Seeing Rouge in that style. Seeing Rouge in that style would scare me.
Get out of my life with that garbage. I don't want to see that.
They would either have to.
What do you mean? What do you mean, Rodolus? You do Rouge models like that all the time?
No, I don't. Get out of
here.
Start lying.
Rodolus with this thickness, but you are insulting him by comparing him to that movie.
That doesn't count. The Rouges were patrons. They were for the patrons, guys.
Everyone knows that Rouge was for the patrons. You don't have to.
It wasn't for my own satisfaction, I swear.
That's not right. This eye's not right. I'm not used to doing this. Oh no. Okay, move that back.
I see.
Like, my problem though is that like, I don't like how his eye seems to like look so separated from the rest. Like,
we don't know if that's his eye.
Yeah, here's the thing. Before we know it,
I think that's his brow.
I think instead of having like, I don't think he'll have like the one big eye like they said, but the design, like, the outline of the line of the eye itself will have a similar design, if you will. But they'll just be fur in between, if you get me.
Oh yeah. So like, check it out. There were some artwork that I was looking at. This wonderful artist by the name of Floratea, or at least that's what they used to call themselves. I think they changed their name recently, but doesn't really matter.
Florati, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I definitely like I like the idea of having like a little piebald's patch in between the thing. This is like an old drawing though, so like I don't know what it is now.
Oh yeah, I'm not being funny. I'm with an imagination. Omega was absolutely badass.
Oh, Omega would be easy to do in live action.
It's
Just
searching the robot.
get Optimus Prime in there.
A server in Discord said this was Eggman. I'm actually not sure anymore. Well, where'd you post it? Where's the pic? Oh, it's in the... Is it? Oh, one moment. You probably got blocked by my little no thing. I'm sorry. Give me a second.
Guys,
I'm
Let
gonna
me make sure that link gets in there.
I'm gonna
Guys,
actually head off right here though, guys.
All
It's
right.
been fun though.
Well, thank you.
man.
What's up, here,
Alright.
Alex?
Yeah, fun. Goodbye.
why are all of the Sonic tubers striking back? Like, they're just like, oh my god, the Sonic movie, let's all report on it, like we always do.
Report? No.
I don't know. I find
thought-
it hypocritical as hell because they got on my ass because I called Sega just over concerns for IDW
Alright.
Sonic.
So
Yeah, I'm
I'm
serious.
showing your link now, Man Imaginations.
Why-
It wasn't able to show
why
up
are
before.
Why are the Sonic tubers nothing but desperate little creeps now? They're
Because
just like,
they
"Oh
cover
my God."
Sonic, man, and there's nothing to talk about when it comes to Sonic, the community, or the content. So
I mean,
talking
yeah.
about other people.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm Premi, I'm gonna be the best Sonic tuber no matter what, I'll do anything. And then you got like Night of the Wind where it's like, I'm just gonna say whatever I want because
Oh,
who cares, man?
you're
And then
kidding.
you got freaking Whip who's like,
All right,
whatever,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it because it's like what got me big in the first place.
that's just a picture of Jim Carrey in a suit, and then Eggman next to him.
It's like, they're so desperate
Thank you.
for things to talk about.
imagination.
And then it's like, just gave up. He's like, you know, this isn't fun anymore. It's not working. So I'm gonna stop reporting.
Hey, you know, when you're not fun, it's not fun for you, then there's no reason to keep doing it. This is nobody's
All
job.
the Sonic tubers seem like they're just grasping at straws and they're super desperate and they're literally on the brink of like giving up on Sonic as a whole and just, you know, like, screw this.
Well, when
I'm
you make
going
your
on.
career about just one character in one fandom, that's what happens. That's why you got to diversify your portfolio. You know what I'm saying?
It's,
Like me,
really
I only ever do Sonic. What am I talking about? Who am I talking
Yeah.
to?
I made a tweet. I said history of fan reactions to the Sonic movie, 2014. Rumor hybrid film surfaces. Many fans ignore. 2016. Sega officially confirms live action / CG Sonic movie in the works. Fans worry. 2017. Pretty quiet, to be expected. 2018. Mostly negative, but flip-flopping. And then it went December 2018. And I just had a bunch of people in straitjackets in a padded room.
Oh, look at you, edgy.
No, because that's really how it is. I mean, a lot of these, I'm at the point of a lot of these people, it's like, man, take your fucking Adderall.
No,
Jeez.
I don't do
I'm
that
not being
at all.
funny, but I would have to disagree on the first one because when everyone first heard about it in live action, everyone was pretty concerned. But we didn't really
Do
have
as
an awful
Roland
lot to
says,
go
not
off
as he
of.
does.
No. Yeah, concerned. I said worry. They were worried. But that's it.
It's so-
Now it's like ridiculous. They just want to like write it off entirely. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Like, I don't even care.
I'm not
at
being
this
funny.
point.
He looks like a
though,
pig.
like,
He
it-
straight up looks like a pig. Darn it.
It's just because it's Sonic and it gets all this traction. It'd be the exact same thing for any other video game franchise. Like
Like the Mario
Okay,
Illumination
except
thing.
for
People are like
2018,
yeah,
freaked
all
out
hell
about
breaks
that.
loose.
Like,
Lock 'em up.
if they did a Metal Gear game and they had Solid Snake, but he was played by a blonde fella, the entire world would grind to an absolute halt.
Actually, if
Yeah.
if they had him played by anybody else but freaking Snake Plissken, what's his name? Gosh
David
darn it.
Hayter.
Huh?
David Hayter. He's
No,
he's
no.
a voice actor.
No, not the voice actor. I'm talking about the face that Snake has. He's designed after a specific person.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, I see. Right.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, I
No.
believe he was based off of.
You're gonna. There we go. Freaking this guy, right? You see my screen?
Let me see.
Escape from New York. Kurt Russell. That's who it is.
Yeah, Kurt Russell.
That's Snake Plissken. That's Solid Snake's face. If he's played by anybody but that, I'm not watching the movie.
Yeah, Kurt Russell has.
Wait a minute, which game? Like, which Metal Gear? Like, Metal Gear Solid
Any.
1?
Any.
Whichever one has
Oh my
this.
god. That is such a great movie.
Oh, Escape from L.A. or Escape from New
Well,
York.
L.A. and New York.
Yeah, both of them.
Both.
I like them.
I will say though, with the Mario movie, like despite on what Illumination have done to Doctor Who's properties, they've got people from Nintendo like on the ball,
breathing down their neck, going out like, "Hey, don't you touch our IP like that."
Did
she say it was okay?
Illumination does some beautiful animation. It's just their films have been really crappy
cheap
recently, unless it's anything to do with Minions or Despicable Me.
Wait. Which? We're talking about Illumination.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Like, they do beautiful animation. It's just their films have been pretty crappy.
After Despicable Me 1,
it's because I hate to say it like this. They really try to be all up to date and hip with them.
That's not Mario. I'm sorry.
And oh no, I'm already. The fact that you even have Miyamoto, they say that Miyamoto's working very, in depth with this movie. Fans should be worried.
Oh, he's not gonna do a good job. I thought that was his whole baby.
No, because Miyamoto actually is the one that said the Super Mario Bros. Movie was too close to the source material, and it should have actually tried to be a bit more broad.
Okay, I don't understand.
Oh man, being broad when you literally
Nintendo has to hold the dude back, because if they didn't,
you'd have a Tetsuya Nomura on your hands, just letting the guy do whatever the freak he wants.
Yeah, it's like that kind of stuff.
He wanted to make Final Fantasy 15 into
Miyamoto. The dude's a bit of a psycho.
They wanted to make. He wanted to make Final Fantasy 15 a musical.
Not to mention, even though, however hated that Super Mario Bros. Movie is, there's aspects in it that are actually canon to Mario now, too.
Like Mario movie in '93. I watched it. I thought it was fine. I was a child. I didn't know better. And also, I don't care. You know what would cause the world to freak out? If Robbie Towner Jr., Chris Evans, or Chris Hemsworth were recast into you with no point reasons as to why. Oh my god, the image of Mario dabbing is stuck in my head. The entire planet would blow. Ooh.
Not
the guy
mentioned
says.
broadening.
Must be one of those British.
I believe the Mario
I
movie
didn't correct
is already
myself.
broadening.
That's fine. You don't have to do that. Oh, I see. What's up, Alex?
Hello.
Speaking of broadening, I think the Mario movie is already broad enough with them picking Illumination of all studios with, their low, it's not even low budget animation, but it's just lazy and reuse of assets constantly. So it's like,
what was the Grinch's budget?
It probably, actually, it was one of their nicer looking films from what I hear. I haven't watched it though.
The Grinch looks nice. The problem with it is it doesn't retain any Grinch in it.
That's what I hear.
The character himself
is not Grinch enough.
It's not the Grinch. Yeah.
It's weird.
Like, honestly, it's so weird. The best interpretation of the Grinch outside of the book and the original animation is the Carrie movie.
I like the Carrie movie. People don't like it, but I liked it. And I was like, that's fine. I was like, yeah.
How does Illumination begin to get lazy with their animation after their first movie, which is Despicable Me 1?
Well, they found a way to. Well, it's like they're cutting costs essentially. They don't spend a lot of time with the rendering. They use the least number of cycles. You know how freaking Disney animation studios, like with a film like Moana, will spend like freaking days on a frame rendering that thing out, making sure it has like the highest possible quality almost for no reason because your eyes can't tell. But like, Illumination's like, no, we're gonna just do whatever will fit the aspect ratio of the film, and there you go.
Read off something. I just went to the Wikipedia for the Grinch movie, right? The budget is $75 million. Right?
Okay, yeah.
75 million. Its box office was 329.1.
Well, that definitely made a return on investment, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
They're gonna do it again.
But you know what? That also, you could try and Because let's be honest, when that Grinch movie was first showing its face and it was going to be a thing, nobody wanted it.
Still don't want
Yeah,
it.
no joke.
And a lot of people, a lot of people still.
I feel like
still
Illumination should have the Dr. Zeus IP taken away from them. They do not do them any justice whatsoever.
Like, I didn't mind the Lorax.
I even have to admit I liked one of the songs in it.
Yeah, I didn't mind the Lorax. I thought, but then again, next to like the Grinch side of things with Dr. Seuss, the Lorax is one of my favorite other Seuss stories. You know.
His head looked
I'm
like a pig.
just you know, be a bit worried if later down the road we get a one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish from Illumination.
Straight up, what could they even make that? How could they even make that into
I
a
don't
movie?
know, because I don't. It's gonna be really odd how they're gonna have to censor, you know, Mr. Gump with the one with the
What
lumps
is it
and
with
the
these
humps.
animation companies and picking up IPs of old IPs from novels?
I mean, it's easy IP. You know, you don't have to develop anything new. You just there it is. You know? And there's no way that this Sonic won't have a neck. I just believe that he will. They're gonna work that in there.
Again, it's the angle of the nose. Does not do them.
I think people are gonna be a bit more okay with that because Boom Sonic would have a neck at times in animation.
What's up?
If you go back and watch Sing, no joke, I believe it's the elephant chick. Yo, I tell you right now, her parents literally pop up in literally the next scene right after she has dinner with them. No joke. And it's like they're wearing the same clothes.
Oh, they're being reused assets. That's what you mean.
Shirts. And just like, what?
Well,
I think this is dinner.
The characters are not memorable.
Oh, yeah, and then there's this one moment where they look at the TV, right?
That looks better.
And literally her parents are standing right there when they're supposed to be eating dinner with her, and I'm like, what? What?
I'll have to look back through it, but then that's a...
It just in general, but you know, that, despite the, again, the very cautious and negative reception that leading up to this Grinch movie, you know, look at that, 329.1. And it is Illumination thing where already people just are like, no.
Yeah.
You know?
This looks more like Peter Porker now, actually. I'm messing up. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
And, you mean Porker Lewis?
No, Peter Porker from the Spider-Verse thing. He looks like a pig. I don't know. I'm doing something. Well, he's a hedgehog, so I guess it's fine.
But yeah, no. Joke. So you know, and that budget for that movie is still less than what the Sonic movie is.
Yeah.
The Sonic movie is 90 million, if not a bit more.
What's up?
A lot of normal people, just, you know, people who don't know about animation and all that stuff, it's like they actually like the Illumination films, but then people who like know about writing somewhat, you know, people who know about animation somewhat, they don't like them.
You mean the people who watch these films and not at face value?
No, not kids. Like, not kids. Like, genuinely, like adults.
Yeah, that's, I mean, just people who just rather just go in, watch a film, and walk out. Who don't care about the behind-the-scenes stuff.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not trying to put myself on some sort of pedestal, but.
Yeah,
$90
basically.
million, you say, Joshua Simonson asks the questions. $90 million, you say? The ears can face more outward, says Animagination. That's not a bad idea. Anybody remember Horton Hears a Who? I try not to remember Horton Hears a Who.
I actually liked Horton Hears a Who.
There was like a scene, maybe a couple, that got a lull out of me, but everything else was just kind of like. Right.
I thought it was kind of cool to you know, hear Jim Carrey again.
Yeah, he's been gone for a while.
Dr. Seuss thing. Well, no, I mean, because he was Horton in that.
Well, yeah, no. But also Steve Carell was in that movie, right?
Jim Carrey, he does some amazing voice work.
Oh yeah,
he's a good actor.
He's a good actor. He's good at voice acting. Yeah,
It'll just be nice to see him doing some dramatic acting
when he's Robotnik.
Well, not when he's Robotnik, but when he comes back into the kick of things, it'd be nice to see him as a dramatic actor again.
Have you seen him in Kidding?
What?
Oh, I haven't watched Kidding. Is it any good?
It's My only problem I have with it is it kind of spits on Mr. Rogers.
Oh, like almost like one of those what's the thing? Death to Smooshy
like,
Time films.
Well, I was gonna say, you remember when all those, you know, comedy people back even in the '80s and whatnot would do parodies of Mr. Rogers, and it's all like,
yeah, like
you know, really, really messed up. You know, obviously, and that hurt his feelings too. That hurt Rogers' feelings.
No, it's messed up.
But
really, I heard that he really enjoyed the parodies.
Maybe some of them. I can't imagine all of them.
Some of them. Some of them also got a bit ridiculous though. And those comedians had to kind of reassure Roger that it's all just in the name of comedy. Don't take any of it seriously. But at the same time, you kind of do feel like,
oh my god,
they tell me that, but
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Guys, you're hurting my feelings. You even made a tiger mimic me, guys. Like, what is Daniel Tiger's neighborhood, guys? Come on, I'm Mr. Rogers. Not a little
What on
kid.
earth are you?
Oh wow, Ace Ventura is one of your favorite Jim Carrey movies? Oh, that's cool.
An imagination likes that. Okay. What was the
swear
last
to God,
thing
if
Jim Carrey was in? Not too long ago, there was a thing that came out. He played like some sort of hobo.
I swear to God, if Mr. Rogers
Are you talking
is
about the post-apocalyptic one?
Was it? It was like in the desert. Jim Carrey.
Yeah. That was a post-apocalyptic one. He did really good.
Yeah, he was really
The last
creepy.
thing I
It
saw
worked.
Jim Carrey in was the Christmas Carol from like back in like 2012 or whenever it came out.
So something
Okay,
that
this sounds
kidding.
I have not seen.
Was it called The Hermit?
Christmas Carol yet.
Was it-
I actually really enjoy it. I think it's really good.
I think my only reason why I had yet to get into it is because. Oh, there it is, Dr. Eva Robotnik. Yeah, kidding.
Is it the Bad Batch or? Because I think he was a hermit in that movie. And then there's Derek Crimes. I don't know what in the world that is.
Yeah, that might be the Bad Batch. Yeah.
I've never heard of this movie.
Dark Crimes.
Dark Crimes.
Dark Crimes. In fact, actually, Perlman watched that with me because me
right on the
and
money with the 2019 is going to be
Pix and whatnot. We were.
Pokemon Lion King and Sonic movie. 2019 is reanimated in the 90s.
What?
What?
Character's gonna bring us live action CGI Pokemon, Lion King, and Sonic movie. Oh, don't forget Aladdin. Also.
And the
Unless that's from is that from the 80s? How? When did
Oh,
Aladdin?
no, I think Aladdin's 90s, like very late 90s.
Early?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I think it's the 90s.
Right. Okay, I was getting that confused with Little Mermaid. That was an 80s movie, which.
That was at the end of the 80s.
Yeah, very. That's true.
Like 89, I think.
To wipe that black cauldron out of your mouth, you know what I'm saying? It's really trying to get back on track.
Mermaid came before Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Which is weird for me to think of actually, because in some ways I think Little Mermaid looks way better than Beauty and the Beast.
Oh well, you know, it's interesting to have two movies compared like that because you know, Pocahontas and Lion King came out around the same time. They were in production around the same time, but had completely different budgets.
Well, I just, you know, it's a shame too, because the people that handled Lion King and Hercules and Tarzan, their ultimate, you know, piece of work that they wanted to do, they didn't get to do until essentially the fall of 2D animation for Disney.
Oh, you're talking about
Treasure Planet?
Yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah.
That was unfortunate.
So same people, and Disney screwed them over.
Yeah, the animation director guys.
They purposely did terrible marketing.
Yeah, mishandled the marketing, and they just didn't want it to. It's like, what?
They mishandled the film.
They didn't want to do 2D anymore. It was too expensive.
Yeah.
Huh? Well, what about Princess and the Frog? How did that even happen then?
Well, probably a last push, and then they haven't done it since. It's unfortunate. I like that.
I wish they would though. Like, like if the whole, like if Don Bluth's Dragon's Lair movie gets like enough press.
Oh man.
Wait, is it a
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah.
A Don Bluth movie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dragon Slayer
Don Bluth
based on the
making a
game?
Dragon Slayer movie
Making a Dragon's Lair movie.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
based on the
There's
game.
there also is a
Why not? There's
like-
no way to mess up the source material. There was no dialogue.
one that kind of turned me off at first when I heard it was they're looking into actually doing a live action CGI version of The Secret of Nim.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I heard about
And
that.
when I first saw that, I was like, no.
Leave it alone.
I will admit though, the idea started to grow on me because even I love The Secret of Nim.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite animated films.
It's pretty good.
And gorgeous! It's just a gorgeous movie.
It's also like really kind of muted and
Yeah,
sort of creepy.
yeah.
Why have you got?
I remember actually parents of today when it popped up on Hulu back when Hulu was still kind of in
Popular.
its infancy, but like a couple years after Hulu was started, they got The Secret of Nim on there, and I remember within like the first day there was already reviews from parents telling them to change the rating on it because
Oh right, it was at that
not
old
for my
'80s
kid.
rating.
Yeah, I mean it's the same rating as Jaws. Well, I don't. No, sorry, Jaws is PG. It's G.
Insane.
But yeah, Jaws is Jaws 1, 2, and 3 are all PG.
It's like that
But Jaws freaking
is the
explodes.
scariest shark movie that has ever been.
Yeah, there hasn't. I think to this day there's still not really a shark movie that has.
That fills you with that dread. Like I've
That's-
seen other shark
yeah,
movies. I don't
this-
like the
that's-
sharks. Whatever, they're creepy or whatever. Deep Blue Sea
Deep
and
Blue
whatnot.
Sea,
But
Deep Blue Sea,
Yeah.
fucking hell.
yeah, goodness.
Whoa.
Frickin-
Jaws is rated PG.
Yeah,
even
Jaws is
though-
PG.
It was the first Indiana Jones movie.
1970s was a different time, man.
What
And,
about
then,
the
and this is what makes me laugh when the
Poltergeist is-
parents complaining about how films are too violent and too bloody what's it. Yeah, in the first Indiana Jones is still considered a PG. Should we just look at the ending of that film?
All
You
right.
know, what I-
The face melting.
yeah.
guys? Jaws freaking explodes on the TV version. What version are they using for everything?
You were right, Joshua Simonson.
Are they doing the
hold
TV
on.
version?
The Lion King movie is also CGI live action.
I think
Also,
primarily CG,
also E.T. dies on screen in a very heartfelt manner. That's also PG.
as long as it's heartfelt, we can give it a PG.
Kids,
And also, he doesn't
kids-
stay dead.
kids can stand it.
I don't understand. A shark getting gruesomely stabbed versus it just exploding into bits. Which one is worse?
What's-
Oh, the one that got gruesomely stabbed. Yeah, let's just put that on every streaming platform.
Sharknado.
What's the matter, kid? You never had lamb chops before?
Yeah.
It's a Jurassic Park reference. Okay.
Yes. That's a huge fucking shit.
How about that
Sharknado?
I've never watched it.
Not my favorite Pokemon, I must say.
Did anyone else see Sharknado? Oh, that's your favorite Pokemon? The Sharknado?
No, so I'm saying not my favorite. Not my favorite Pokemon.
It sounds like a Pokemon name. Sharknado!
It is a Pokemon. I'm sure it is.
No.
You're
the
kidding.
movie. The
You've
movie.
gotta
Can
be.
someone answer me?
Finally, the last one finally came out.
What?
How is?
Oh, the last yeah, Sharknado. Yeah, the last one until they make another one. I mean, jeez. That's talk about a lucrative series. For
It would be like Sharknado 7. Psych!
yeah, basically it's just called Psych, because they know. We said it was the last one, but
How in the world?
then we looked at the money that it made, and we're like, no, we can
Yeah.
keep this going. When you thought it was safe to go back into the water, doesn't matter. These things are falling out of the sky. All right.
I just love it too, because like all of the Sharknado movies have been widely well received, regardless of how ridiculous they are.
But I think that's why though, because people know what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah, they know what
They know it's a sci-fi movie. It's
Yeah,
just
it's a sci-fi movie. You know what you're getting yourself into.
Like, and when we say sci-fi movie, we mean Sci-Fi Channel original movie, and those things are
The
always
Scariest Night on Television.
ridiculous.
Those are great. Fucking what was it? Big Ass Spider was probably one of
Just that
one
name.
I really liked.
Almost pornographic in the way they name these things. Just like,
Oh, it's great. I love it. Or how that Lake Placid 6.
oh jeez. I thought
And
Liz-
then well, Lake Placid 4, if I remember, yeah, Lake Placid 4 was actually directed by the guy that played the sheriff in Eureka.
oh,
Yeah, it's great. It's really funny because a lot of the big quote unquote stars of Sci-Fi Channel they loved taking control and having a chance and dabbling into the Scariest Night of Television movies.
Huh.
It's great. And in that movie, he actually dies too, because like he directs it, but then he actually dies in it too.
oh jeez.
It's funny. And I love how like hyper realistic they try to make all the deaths. It's great.
Jaws is rated PG in the U.S. 2002 Spider-Man movie was rated 12 in the UK. Did anyone see Sharknado? How? Oh, you asked that question 3 years ago. Sorry, man. I am bad at this. I feel like
anybody else?
I have seen all of the Sharknadoes minus the newest one.
Anybody else see like anime that are rated like G, and it's like, how is this rated G?
I don't know, a little bit though, perhaps.
I was gonna say, you know, Sonic X in Japan is for kids. When it transfers over here, it's MA.
No, seriously, you got
Different
people
standards.
dying. You got like borderline freaking nudity. You got all this stuff, and it's like, G, bro, like, really, dude?
Yeah.
Sometimes these ratings confuse me. Like, it's either leave
whatever.
the anime unrated or do not rate it at all, please.
I wish we could just go back to the the Sega Ratings Council. That'd be cool. Can't we go back to that with instead of the ESRB? That would be neat.
I don't.
Oh yeah, guys, you know the game Nekopara? Well, apparently Sony censored it, and now it's free for everyone. No joke. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
A visual novel is like E for everyone.
Messed this up. That messed it up. I messed it up. Screwed it up, you guys. I blew it.
That's the like animal based one, right? With the
Yeah.
character. Oh yeah, I played that game. It's fun. Played it on Steam.
Careful, me. Careful.
Like,
Careful, you'll ruin it.
How do you censor a game that was literally rated like
I
M?
love how Steam has just kind of gone and said, you know, like screw the progressive movement where everything needs to be censored. They're just kind of like,
give it to your children. They'll like it. Alright, let's see.
Deadpool 3 is a racist.
What's the
Disney movie.
chat saying? Haha! That will never happen.
As long as Wolverine's in it, and they get
Deadpool-
Hugh
I
Jackman
hope
back,
Deadpool 3 is
and the
rated
other
R.
costume.
I live just like on Discord.
Well, it's
On
technically.
my, I was gonna say, just like how I have my settings on Discord, my security settings, right? On Discord. When it comes to my Steam, I live life on the edge.
Oh,
So,
edgy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just like saying that.
no, it's fine. If I'm gonna play a game that might actually make people going like, why the heck was he playing that? I usually just set myself to invisible on Steam.
It's just like
Nobody knows.
don't even want to have that conversation.
Like, it's like, no, I'm not playing second chances. Why do you ask?
Lion King 19. Really, Buena Vista. I guess they just put out everything. Oh, they put out.
What?
What is the games?
No, I'm just looking
What
for.
about Buena Vista? Oh, you're talking about the original one?
No, I'm talking about just Buena Vista in general. Someone was saying something about R-rated
Tron.
Disney movies, but they own every. But Buena Vista pretty much distributes all of Disney's films. and even some movies that are not necessarily associated with Disney, and some of those things are rated R. So it wouldn't be the first one. So it'd be Buena Vista and Marvel releasing Deadpool 3.
I think it'll be like the biggest brand R-rated.
Yeah, The Sixth Sense. That's PG-13 though. Never mind.
Buena Vista did Kingdom Hearts, didn't they?
The game Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, Buena Vista Games or Buena Vista Interactive.
Yeah.
That was the only one they did was Kingdom Hearts 2, and they haven't done it since. Maybe they have, but I know Kingdom Hearts 3 is probably not going to be under that.
I'm not being funny. Out of all the properties, I'm surprised Disney haven't wanted to try and do a Kingdom Hearts movie.
Wait, not a movie. I know there was a show at one point, but that just got canceled.
Oh my god, the new South Park episode's gonna deal with Amazon.
Oh. It's gonna be pulled off the internet because Amazon owns all the servers. We're not watching that. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and give up on those ears. We'll come back to them later if I can figure out how to make them not look like this. Because I feel like I'm very far along and I don't want to go back. Can I even go back if I didn't want to do them anymore?
All of a sudden, just Sonic goes meow. Meow.
No, I don't have enough. I don't have enough Control Z's to do that. Looks like I'm out of clay when I do this thing, though. Whatever. We're gonna work on his quills and we're gonna move on. That's what we're gonna do.
Awesome.
Because I spent a lot of time, like 2 hours on his head so far, which is not uncommon. It's just I don't want to do that anymore. Let's see here. How many?
Oh yeah,
vertices?
You gotta love the TV-14 rating on rated R movies. That's hilarious, right?
You like it?
Like they're not TVMA, they're TV-14 for some reason.
You know, I think the one with Sci-Fi Channel, for example, right?
Oh yeah,
really shocked me at one point. I used to like binge watch Sci-Fi Channel a lot, right? There used to be all like movies and whatnot going on the weekends.
1, 2, 3.
And
that's 6, like he said.
It was like 10 o'clock at night, I think, something like that. And all of a sudden, a movie appeared that I never thought would exist on public television.
16 edges. 17
and that's The Collector.
The Collector.
The Collector, yeah. Completely uncensored and everything.
What?
Yeah, that really shocked me.
I mean, what are you talking about? Uncensored, as in like
the movie The Collector.
Yeah,
I removed his head.
What? People being like mutilated or some crap or what?
Yeah, but like way more on a not being all hyper realistic kind of approach.
So it's like stylized graphic stuff.
You know, where it actually looks believable. Yeah.
It was like a Grindhouse film almost.
I thought that was kind of more on the like hyper realistic. That was the whole point of Grindhouse, but.
Oh, fair enough. I don't know.
Oh yeah, and then
even more so with the zombie version, when it was like the zombie Grindhouse. What was that one called? I can't remember now.
Little zombie Grindhouse. No.
Crap. Dude, one time I was literally just watching TV. Tsunami
was just watching TV and then it just came on, man. I don't know what happened.
Soul Eater was literally Soul Eater came on and it was rated TVMA and I'm like, why is this TVMA? What would make this TVMA? It has no gore. And then Akira came on and I'm like, dude, this movie has literally some dude ripping off some girl's shirt, transformed into a giant bloody baby face, and this is rated like TV-14. Are you kidding me right now? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, the ratings on TV are so weird because it's like some like Family Guy is rated TV-14. South Park.
I hope Deadpool 3 is rated R.
Show with no blood. No swearing.
What's The Collector, says Joshua Simonson, but he said that a minute ago, and I think.
Oh, what's The Collector?
If there was going to be a Deadpool 3, it has to be the Old Man Logan versus Deadpool. And it has to be
Silver, you're a madman with what you posted in Off Topic. I haven't seen it. Is it something I can show on the stream? Just before I. Okay. Ugandan knuckles.
No
Not bad.
joke. I've seen kids shows that were rated TVMA for some odd reason.
I like it.
Like,
Dewey.
I like it. I don't like that meme, but I like that picture.
All right. The Collector is a 2009 American horror film written by Marcus Dunstan and Patrick Melton, and directed by Dunstan. The script, titled The Midnight Man, was at one point shopped as a prequel to the Saw franchise, but the producers opposed the idea and dismissed it.
I'm gonna call it.
All right. Well, thanks for coming out, man.
Nah, thank you for having me.
And then
I'll see
checking
you guys
it out.
later.
No, I think we're not going to go much longer than maybe 2 hours. I don't even think you guys will still be here when that happens. Rotalist,
Yeah.
if you haven't
Anyway,
seen what's still
see you guys
posted,
later.
I'll tell
Bye-bye.
you, check it. You'll love it. Okay. All right, take care, man. Bye.
I'm trying to think, how do you describe the Collector, because it's the best way I can put it though, the ending of the movie did not sit well with me at all. Yeah.
Anticlimactic or something?
No, the killer got away.
Oh, yeah, that's not great.
The killer got away and pretty much killed everybody.
Oh, it's one of those.
So it was a Saw prequel that got rejected.
Didn't the killer get away in Saw?
Yeah.
I guess that kind of tracks. That's
Wait a minute. Saw 3. Wasn't Saw 3 the last Saw movie until the reboot or whatever? Or was...
I don't know, man. I don't know how you were keeping track of these movies.
In Saw 3, Jigsaw died, right?
Yeah, Jake Saw.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you said Jake Saw. I'm like, okay.
Jigsaw.
No, not Jigsaw. I thought you said Jake Saw, and I was like, well, that's new. Oh, seen that before, says Joshua Simonson.
So what happened to the reboot then?
You're talking about the picture. Reboot of what? Saw? I don't know. It's probably gonna get rebooted at some point. Maybe they're just worried about saturating the market.
No, I think, yeah, because didn't they just do a movie called Jigsaw?
Yes.
Or that's coming out? Can't remember.
I thought Jigsaw already came out.
I don't know. I don't know from Saws.
I can't watch those kind of movies.
Yeah,
I can't do that kind of horror. So
that existential body horror stuff.
Not just that. I have a heart condition.
Oh yeah, no, that's
do
not
that
great.
kind of stuff. I can't play those I can't really play horror games.
I don't play horror games because I'm a wimp. I don't like horror.
No. See, I used to be able to play horror games all the time. When I was 5, I would play Resident Evil and Resident Evil 2, and fucking Silent Hill with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that didn't really faze me. Jaws scared me though.
Well,
as a kid,
I feel like that's the appropriate response to Jaws. Jaws is hardcore.
Jaws scared me.
Jaws is like, I hear.
I remember too. My dad showed me it, and we're like watching all. And the thing is, we had like a from like the Blockbuster kind of movie rental store that was on the base at the time. This is when we were living in Germany.
Okay.
And so my dad got Jaws, and then I got Superman too.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, Superman 2. And I'm watching it with my dad. My dad thinks I wouldn't really. He was testing, right? Testing me.
Mm-hmm.
What killed it for me was when the leg is floating in the water.
Oh yeah, after the beach attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The leg was floating in the water. Oh. The guy that was on the wooden boat. That was it for me, and I was like, I kept on repeatedly yelling and screaming, I want to watch Superman now.
Isn't Superman rips off Lex Luthor's leg? It's the movie.
So that was great. I think when I was also Germany, when same house. my dad, we went to the library that was on the base.
Right.
We got some movies there too, right?
Right.
And my dad thought, it was like, oh man, this was such a funny movie. And so he pops it in. I didn't know what it was really. And so him and I are watching it. And it's Arachnophobia. Now see, I was all fine with the spider part. It's when the one part where the stupid, arachnologist like starts toying with the strand of web, and then the thing comes down on his face and bites him.
Oh man. Yeah, that's that
I
kind of
called
stuff
it quits
is too
at
real.
that point.
Yeah.
I called it quits at that point. Yeah.
I can see what. No, it's traumatizing.
Now I remember also, like, it was winter time. It was when we were in Utah at this point, and it was just me and my dad. My mom and my brother had already transitioned over into Colorado because we were in this process of moving to Colorado, but we would separate. My mom was just doing work there, trying to focus on that.
Right, laying foundations.
And my dad were just waiting to kind of pay off the house and then move.
Right.
Well, I'm not paying off the house, obviously.
Of
my
course
dad.
not. You couldn't cover your
Yeah.
on your
Well, it's
allowance.
like- yeah. But no, I just realized how I worded that. It was like, wait, what? But
Sounds making bank.
But so it's cold as hell, right? And we're trying to conserve using the heater at this point. So me and my dad actually were just sharing the bedroom. And my dad would like watch movies. And my dad's a big horror guy.
Right.
So here I am, 11, and my dad's like going through all these different kind of movies. I wake up to one of them, and it's 28 days later.
Oh, like the scariest thing he probably could have put on. It's one of them, like.
And for me, it was right at the beginning with the monkeys. Now, granted, nowadays I can actually watch that movie, no problem. Same as 28 weeks later, it doesn't bother me.
Right.
Even heart condition wise, it doesn't bother me.
Never watched.
Like zombies don't really bother me that much.
I did something wrong here.
Holy
Why
crap,
does it look like you're making
got
Frankensonic?
He kind of is.
I got-
What? What's up?
scared by the strangest things. Like, I was scared of spiders. And then it was like,
It's not.
then all of a sudden, I get up one day, like, I've seen, like, the Chucky movies and Saw, and it's like, one day in 2014, I'm just sitting here, there's a sci-fi marathon. Oh, what? No, not a sci-fi marathon, I mean a AMC marathon, right? The Halloween thing.
Uh-huh.
So, I walk in, after getting my Halloween candy on TV, it's just like this lady in the tub. Michael Myers walks in, the screen goes red, and for some reason, I was so freaked out by that. Just a red screen, like she didn't even get killed on screen. The screen literally just turned red. And I
Meant
was
to
like,
be scary though. It's like it's like the implication of what's happening in the scene. Someone's getting murked. I can understand why that would happen.
like,
Perfectly
I've
normal reaction to watching someone be murdered is not being cool with it.
seen Cougar kill people, and I wasn't scared of that.
Yeah,
Like a red screen of all things. I'm like, wow.
That's good
I'm-
filmmaking right there. So like, I ain't gotta show you blood. I can show you the color red. I will show you fear in a handful of dust, as they say in the wasteland. Smooth that out. Oh, this is bad. This is not good. This is not what's right. This is. All right, let me try this again and delete this whole part.
What in the world scared you anyway? Like, seriously?
Me? We don't talk about what scared me because it doesn't exist. Just gonna close his skull real quick. Are you asking me though?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never liked tension in films, so it didn't have to be a horror movie to make me feel bad. Like, I don't know if you've seen Tarzan, but Kerchak used to freak me out, the big gorilla, when he would yell and scream and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I oh my goodness, Beast, it's freaky. Just he would just rush around the castle in the movie Beauty and the Beast. like,
Oh,
like a freaking wolf.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they should have milked that. That could have been really.
Gargoyles.
I wasn't afraid of gargoyles. I barely watched the show, but
that's cool.
I'm trying to think. What other things were scary? I didn't watch a whole lot of horror movies, but I know I wasn't scared by Pan's Labyrinth, but I did not like that dude. What's his name? The Thin Man or whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about?
The orange people?
No. Have you seen Pan's Labyrinth?
Wait, you're talking about the dude with the spandex or something, right? The Thin Man?
No, you're thinking about David Bowie's Labyrinth. No, I'm talking about Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh. No, I haven't seen that.
Is it called Thin? Yeah, Thin Man. Here's an image of that dude. He's freakish.
Oh, God.
I love you can see it. But he had eyes in his hands because he didn't have eyes in his head. And the way his nails were, they looked like little eyelids, eyelashes and stuff. And he was freaky. He didn't really do anything in the movie except for kill a fairy. But like when you go into his room, right, there's a bunch of children's shoes on his table. So the implication is that he eats kids. I don't know. It was absolutely creepy. It was terrifying. It was a good movie. Guillermo del Toro's a good director, but you know, he's such a nice guy, but he makes some of the most warped crap. So glad I did not see that movie. Yeah, Sonic design in the movie scares me. Cried David Gamer. Stop saying it. You don't mean it. No point. I see no point in watching scary stuff. No point. I like watching people play scary games. I often find it fun. Because I never play the game myself, because I'm a wuss, as previously established. And I can feel like I'm with somebody, even though I'm not. I'm watching someone else play the game.
What was I? I was in VC in here at one point. I was playing Hunt Showdown.
Showdown?
Hunt Showdown.
Hunt Showdown.
Yeah. It's a Crytek's kind of like survival horror battle royale, but not battle royale.
Everything's the battle royale.
God. Ooh, I forgot to mention.
Oh, what did you forget to mention?
I was playing Devil May Cry 1, and I finally made it up to the first boss, right? I was scared. I was scared. I paused the game, ran out of the room, and I was legitimately in tears. I'm like, oh my god, it's a giant spider. Alright,
because you don't like spiders. It's been established in his canon to the Roadless Show.
Another time, my friend was playing Zelda, and then the giant spiders that always show up in every single game as a boss fight.
Yeah.
That thing stuck up. I was scared again, and I freaked out. It was
clockwork.
Oh my god. And then one time he was playing Resident Evil 1. Oops. And then the spiders walked in all over the floor, and I don't know what happened after that. All I know is that I was balled up in the corner of the room.
Wow. I'm guessing you didn't win.
Alright. You guys ready for one more really, really, like, ridiculous thing that scared the shit out of me, and to this day probably still does?
Sure. Do it.
Alright.
I don't finish this tonight.
Anybody remember watching Wishbone?
I do, yes.
Okay. Wishbone. Yeah. There was one of the Wishbone episodes, or kind of movies, well, more so episode, you know, was based on Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, yeah.
Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Huh?
Yeah, no, that's always good for a freak out.
Yeah. But it's not so much what was creepy in the story.
Oh.
It's actually outside of the book.
Huh.
With Wishbone reading, that actually got really creepy, because there was this house that how do I put it? All right, see you, Joshua.
All right, have a good night, Joshua. Have a good night.
But yeah, there was this house in that episode, you know, that was in Oakdale, and like, how do I describe this? Like, I'm trying to. They're having a scavenger hunt, like a Halloween scavenger hunt kind of thing going through the town, and it's funny because it's funny in the sense, yeah, obviously Wishbone's like all fearless and whatnot.
Right.
However, Joe, right, his owner, the kid, Joe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I haven't seen the show in a while, but I'll pick these things up.
He actually has a fear of that house because of when he was a kid, and you know, he was kind of dared to go into it. Something scared the shit out of him, and he couldn't even explain it, whatnot. Now, they show it. What scared him?
Right.
And you know, this was a kids show.
Oh.
This was like shit you'd actually see in a horror movie. The eyes. It was. Do you remember the Goosebump book? What's Beneath the Sink?
Holy crap! That one specifically was the first one I read.
Or What Lies Beneath the Sink?
Is breathing thing? Or
the sponge. But like the art of it had like the eyes, and it was like green and really creepy, eerie looking.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Think of that.
Yeah.
But, you know, and it moans.
Yeah.
And this very, you know, otherworldly moan.
This doesn't sound great.
Yeah, no. And so they do that, and I'm already like, right? Now, as the episode plays out, you know, he does the scavenger. He's really scared going into the house again, but that's part of the scavenger hunt. He goes in there, nothing happens, and he's like, "Oh, it was the cat. It was the cat that did this." Because there's like this black cat that's you know, that always hangs around the house. Yeah. And everything you think is, oh, thank goodness. You as a kid, you're like, oh, thank goodness. It was all just like you should.
Overactive
imagination. Overactive imagination kind of thing, right? He leaves. Camera pans back into the house. You know, there's the stairs, darkness up there, the fucking eye thing, and the moaning appears again, and then it cuts to credits.
It's not a cat. It's great. That's great.
No explanation, it just leaves it that way. And I'm just like, no! And it scared the bejeebies out of me. Because I'm just, you know, as a kid, you're so used to the whole thing. It's like, oh, they want to, you know, the whole moral thing, right? Don't let blah, blah, blah. And they just threw a fucking curveball into that.
10,
and
11,
it scared the
12,
crap out of me.
13.
Another thing, though, it was in the Goosebump TV show, I could never, ever have my eyes open when the G went over the dog. I always would have to close my eyes at that part.
Ugh, sounds horrid.
As a kid. Because, you know, the dog's eyes glow yellow. And glowing eyes in general as a kid for me was probably like my biggest fear. I just couldn't handle glowing eyes.
I imagine.
And then I guess I could get really, really stupid, though, with one of my fears. I never liked seeing a full moon because it was so stupid what I'm about to say. And I still think it's dumb that I was even like this. But I never liked seeing a full moon because I was afraid Casper's uncles were going to get me.
Effective filmmaking. The jerk ghosts. Why never cast?
No, because in the well, because remember they would do the really creepy kind of stuff throughout that movie,
right?
Like formations, and it eerie,
Oh yeah,
freaked me out as a kid.
You were afraid of what?
I was afraid of the dark. Like, you know, like how all the shadows in a room would be like, they look like monsters, and it's like, no, I have to sleep with the TV on. But now I'm not afraid of the dark. But now it's just like,
I'm still afraid of the dark. I'm kidding, no, I'm not.
It's like a tradition where you just leave the TV on now when you sleep. It's like even mom does that. It's like you just need that light, I guess.
I guess you need the white. It's like people needing white noise in order to sleep, but instead of that, you need light. Honestly, I think that degrades the quality of the sleep that you get because your brain is taking in that light and it's not exactly doing its job.
No, it's hold on, because we're talking about cryos. Like something really cool that happened recently is that DC is starting to trash talk Marvel because of a poll that showed that more people are excited for Shazam than Captain Marvel.
Wait, they're saying that more people are excited for Shazam than Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I got that mixed up in my head. Wait. No, I don't.
No.
Shazam
is good. It looks like a fun movie. Shazam like the way that it looks definitely a lot more playful. It gives me that very 90s, almost Space Jam-ish.
Well, you know what?
Feel to it.
I don't know what exactly DC is saying, but I feel like whatever they're saying can be easily stopped by saying that's one movie that people are more excited about than ours. One.
Dude, I'm not joking about this. Okay,
I can't imagine you are. You are always serious.
Until I was like 10, I never got over my fear of the dark. I literally had a nightlight at 10 years old because I was like, okay, we're saving energy. I'm not gonna use TV. Nightlight. No, the nightlight went out one day, and I was like, I'm just gonna have to go to sleep. And then that's how I got over my fear. Literally that night, I was like, you know what? This isn't gonna bother me anymore. Those aren't monsters. That's nothing.
The date because Halloween was like,
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We're a little bit behind on this. Hey guys, here's all the Halloween commentary.
A little over a month ago.
You can still eat candy corn after that amount of time has gone by, right? It's practically immortal.
Yeah, that's right. It took me over a decade to actually get over my fear of the dark. A decade. Not like 5 years.
How old are you? Like 14? That's not that long.
16.
Yeah.
I'm 16.
That's about the time. Nothing in the darkness. Well, wait.
It's like Kingdom Hearts. If I even knew what that was at the time, it's just like, I'm gonna get pulled into the darkness.
And I couldn't find the light, like Cloud said in Kingdom Hearts. It's just so scary, said Mickey in Kingdom Hearts.
It's like my friend. It's like my friends are hilarious because they're sort of like Rick, who's just like, I'm not afraid of the darkness.
I'm not afraid of the darkness. I'm an edgy boy.
Like, that's how it felt when I was younger. It was just like, everyone's like, I'm not afraid of the darkness. And I'm like, but I'm afraid. What do I do?
Well, you just, whatever you did do, apparently you valued, I don't know, something over that. I don't know what. Thank you. Thank you for once again doing this. The flood was... Oh, you're talking about like Halo flood?
Yeah, the Halo flood.
Yeah, no, they're gross. Especially the I didn't play Halo when it first came out. I still haven't played Halo. Let me not front. But it's Gravemind is creepy. If I had played that when I was a kid, I think I'd probably have memories, some nightmares. Freaking Gravemind.
Well, I was, especially if if you had played it when you were a kid and it was actually the Blur Studio.
Yeah, if it looked that good. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I would have been like, oh no.
Because even I was like, whoa.
That's gross.
Oh, such a change.
That's quite different. I don't think anyone was complaining about that particular change. They're like, no, that's cool.
Oh no, they no. Those cutscenes were like.
I liked them. I like the Halo
heavily praised.
the little lore in the games and that kind of stuff. I like the characters, especially the first couple. It was just like, yeah, all right, Halo, okay. It's like a pulpy sci-fi adventure.
Being consumed by them. I had to keep the light on because of that fear. I didn't even finish up my
Oh yeah, I used to have the bathroom light on all the time. I used to have the bathroom light on all the freaking
let
time.
Zell finish his story about the moon.
I was gonna say with the whole full moon thing and the whole Casper's uncle getting me. As ridiculous as that was, you want me to add on to more of that ridiculousness? At the time, my blanket on my bed was Goosebump oriented.
I ain't scared of nothing scary except when I am.
You know,
I was such the weirdest freaking kid. Like I loved Goosebump, but it scared me. At times, only when like anything eye related.
Oh yeah.
But it was like, the moon scares me. I think Casper's uncles are gonna get me. I'm gonna hide under my Goosebump book for safety.
Oh my god.
That'll stop.
I mean Goosebump, blanket for safety. Like
the Goosebumps dog. I remember that part too, dude. I did the same thing. I always closed my eyes.
Yeah, the G goes over the dog.
I'm a scary Goosebump dog, or whatever he says.
When the screen goes green and it shows like all these random clips, I also had my eyes closed at that moment too. So I would literally have my eyes closed for like the majority of the entire thing until the logo pops up, and then that's it.
Then you watch the rest of the show with no problem.
It was boring. The show was literally so boring, dude. Like, you know, like towards the end of Goosebumps when they just sit inside of a school or like some basement the entire episode, and it would be like 5 parts long for no reason, and nothing happens, and all of those parts are just sitting there talking to each other like, this is gonna happen, but what are we gonna do about this? And then it's like all this planning goes towards nothing because it never happened.
Oh, is that spoilers? I don't think I've seen this.
Last time I checked, the last Goosebumps episode was like in the, it was like in a castle or something, right? And in an amusement.
No, I was gonna say, well, what are we talking about?
He's talking about some sort of Goosebumps episodes where nothing happened, but it was like the last. I don't know. You tell him. You tell him because I don't get it.
Are you talking about Horror Night or Horrorland?
Yeah, like they were in sort of like this school and like, you know, this one white room, or it was either like a basement, and they just sit there and say nothing, and it's like they just sit there and do nothing, and they just talk about what they're gonna do to get out of here, and then plan all this crap, and then nothing happens for like 5 episodes, and then like the last episodes I remember that aired were in an amusement park at a castle or whatever.
Oh, I hope Infinity will bring those feelings back. I miss the classics because of how memorable they are. You know what was slightly scary for me and had to close my eyes on certain part? Nazi zombies when that was first introduced. Not as much as the Halo Flood.
Oh, that
creepy atmosphere.
Oh yeah, I will say Nazi zombies threw me off too because they had red glowing eyes.
Yeah, right. You don't like the eyes.
I was like, motherfuckers.
I was all down for the zombies until the eyes.
Like, I was all fine with playing Return to Castle Wolfenstein until the part where I'm in the attic
the Nazi
and there's the hole,
eyes.
and then you hear German soldiers, and then all of a sudden they get eaten by something. You don't know what it is, and then you just see white glowing eyes in the dark down below you going by, and I'm just like, nope, done.
Guess I'm not having.
And the sad thing is, I had bought the game.
Oh yeah, so there was no going back. You just owned a game you weren't gonna play anymore.
The saddest thing about me and my fears is that they drag on because now it's like, oh, I sleep with the TV on, and literally my mom has become accustomed to it too. So we both sleep with our TVs on with the bathroom light on, and it's like,
I used to
might put the TV on. We just do it now.
I used to sleep with my radio on because I didn't like the silence in the dark. That was always my problem. I didn't want to hear nothing. But now I can't have the radio on because it keeps me from sleeping. So things have changed.
That's funny. When I was in high school. Oh, actually, no, sorry, middle school.
I got a try coming up.
What?
No, I gotta. I didn't calculate that right, and therefore Sonic has a try instead of a quad.
Oh, okay.
You won't really be able to see it, but I know it's there, and that's the problem. Smooth.
We can all agree that nothing is more scary than walking home in the dark.
Not for me. I do it all the damn time.
I don't like doing it next to a heavily wooded area. That's because I grew up in California and there weren't any woods where I was from, so not being able to see all the way through the trees gave me trouble.
The only area in California I would have really an issue walking in the dark, like walking around at night, would probably be at Devil's Gate.
I don't even know what that is.
It's so scary because it's
you don't know what Devil's Gate is?
No, not in on the lore. What is that?
Hold on.
Dude,
I gotta be careful what I get with this because there's some really freaky pictures to it, but
yeah, I'll probably look at them later.
Oh man, when you're walking down the street with no street lights on, it is.
When you're walking down the street, and everybody that you meet has a different, original point of view.
You don't see anything. It's just darkness, and the sky is blue or like purple or something like that. You know, that color of the night, and everything is like shrouded in darkness, and every building is like a shadow.
Devil's Gate, California.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's still the Knuckles picture. Okay, I was like, oh, that's what it is.
The one time I had to walk home, I was freaked out. Like, I was scared out of my mind.
Okay.
All right.
Escape from the Horrorland game scared me as well as the werewolf chase, lol. Here is an IRL experience that was scary. East St. Louis was a ghetto, majority African Americans. Not racist, but the majority is not white. It shows something is up. Most of them were. I'm guessing he's gonna finish that statement at some other point.
Water scared me as well. Like,
water?
Literally, one time someone took a bucket of water, dumped it on my head.
ALS challenge. I'm sorry.
I thought I was drowning. I was so scared.
Here we go. Devil's Gate. Exploring Devil's Gate, a portal to hell in Pasadena.
Oh, jeez.
Do you know the way to Devil's Gate? I just assumed this kid asking for directions was messing with me. This was, after all, innocuous Pasadena, home of the first Trader Joe's, the Rose Parade, and that Jan and Dean song. But a few quick Google searches later, and there it was, Devil's Gate, a craggy profile of Satan naturally chiseled into an outcropping on the Arroyo Seco.
Oh, sounds charming.
Here are the only facts you need to know. Devil's Gate lent its name to a nearby dam and gated channel, constructed in 1920 to control the now feeble flood waters from the San Gabriel Mountains.
Okay, so this has to do with the aqueduct.
But fall down the rabbit hole of paranormal enthusiast websites, and you'll find a few common threads involving Aleister Crowley, infamous occultist, L. Ron Hubbard, infamous Scientologist, and Jack Parsons, infamous JPL co-founder.
JPL co-founder?
JPL.
Jet Propulsion Laboratories JPL or something else?
Yeah. as well as mentions of Native American lore, Moonchild rituals, and the Seven Gates of Hell.
Hey, Moon.
I'm a skeptic, if not an outright denier, when it comes to the occult. So I have no idea what possessed me to one cloudy afternoon to explore Devil's Gate alone. Not wanting to sway my way, already low expectations, I figured the less I knew about what to expect, the better. Literally the worst advice for going on a hike.
Yeah, probably should scout
The trail
area.
starts at the end of La Canada Verdugo Road, a perfectly pleasant cul-de-sac that gives way to a bleak path across the dam. I'm already feeling silly at this point. There's nothing more than a dried up riverbed and some majestic concrete arches. You could even see the top of the so-called satanic rock from the top of the dam. No black clouds, no swarms of bats, no billowing fireballs. The scariest thing so far is a slight chance of rain and a single piece of graffiti that looks somewhere between an alchemy rune and the Eye of Sauron. I decide to press on anyway, though through a tunnel, down a dirt path and into a clearing with an abandoned shack, overtaken by unkept brush and adorned by a faded danger sign. I make my way through the woods, growing a little bit sweatier with every step, and each audible rustle in the bushes. I thought I should have been to the rock at this point, but instead I'm standing underneath the 210, staring down the illustration of a slobbering, empty-eyed face. I quicken my pace and follow the sound of trickling water until, at last, I come face to face with Brookside Golf Course. Wait, with Brookside Golf Course? See, I took a wrong turn at the bottom of the hill. Devil's Gate, it turns out, had only been a few steps through a thicket of trees. I had instead been heading in the opposite direction toward the decidedly unspooky overflow parking lot for the Rose Bowl. It wasn't any paranormal power that put me on edge, but the fact that it had been so easy to feel so alone and vulnerable, it's unsettling to wander aimlessly through LA's seemingly uncharted wastelands. Seriously. Try driving through Vernon or Commerce without a GPS. With a little bit of tension snapped, I unceremoniously make my way back toward the real Devil's Gate, and just like that, there it was, with a nary a dark specter to trumpet my arrival. The rock really does look like Satan. Protruding chin, pointy nose, stern eye socket, stumpy horn. I stare down the gated tunnel at its base, half expecting a gnarled old crackhead to crawl out, but nothing happens. Moreover, I don't feel anything out of the ordinary, other than the disappointment that I'm surrounded by a patchwork of sloppy graffiti and a floating collection of discarded spray cans. On my list of alarming forces in LA, Devil's Gate lags far behind earthquakes, wildfires, and the Santa Ana winds.
Yeah,
that said, you'll never catch me there at night, and certainly not alone again.
Alright, stay away from Devil's Gate. On my list of places not to go. Alright, let's see here. Just never heard of it.
Oh my god.
Alright, so there's that. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do this. I think maybe... See, I plan on finishing this model, but I don't know if I'm going to finish it tonight, is what I'm saying. So I don't need to take away from that wonderful story. But I'm probably going to go ahead and finish work on the quills tonight. And I'm pretty sure they won't reveal anything before Sunday, because the movie's not coming out until the 19th of November, right?
No. 8th of November.
8th of November. Fair enough.
Yep. The Sonic movie is the 8th of November.
I'm not expecting to see anything until Sonic Day.
Sonic Day. Hedgehog Day.
Hedgehog Day. That's what, in February, right? That's when that is.
Yeah.
So we should be good until then. Like I said, I'm not gonna finish this model tonight. And I don't want anyone to feel like they've been cheated.
Hedgehog Day is actually the true, that's the old historical non-American thing that was actually by the Romans.
Oh my god.
The Romans?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the Romans, like, okay, of antiquity, almost like the Romans who made the Sonic the Hedgehog? No. Okay. No, I see what you're
They're
saying.
the ones, because they kind of did the same thing as, like, you know how we have Groundhog
Day? Yeah, no, I've heard
But
that,
theirs
because
was with
we
the
don't
hedgehog.
have... Hedgehogs are not native to the United States, so we didn't do that for the
Yeah.
longest time. We did groundhogs.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You know one thing that had me on edge?
What had you
Every
on Alex?
When Adult Swim would start, when the block would start, and you know how the bumpers are literally just a black screen with just text on it?
Wait,
That
what would start?
That killed me. Adult Swim.
Oh.
Yeah.
Adult
Those
Swim does a
bump-
lot of intentionally creepy stuff. I don't know if you guys have been seeing, like,
Yeah, they
this
purposely
video has a
try
bear
to
in it.
mess with you.
This house has people in it. Oh my goodness.
No
Freaking-
joke.
oof.
You're just sitting there looking at the Adult Swim bumpers, and it's just like a black screen with text on it. I don't know what had me freaked out sometimes with certain shows that come on, like Aqua Teen Hunger Force. After that stopped, and then Robot Chicken came on, oh my god, that made me jump every time. Like, the moment that lightning struck and the screen went purple, I'm like, oh my god. I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to
Really?
bed.
That scared you?
I
Alright.
just closed my eyes throughout the whole intro,
But just-
and then I watched the show perfectly fine.
That's-
It's like, that freaked me out because the bumper was literally just a black screen with text. All of a sudden, you just and it's like, oh my, dude.
And
that
then you
was
realize that the episode you just watched or are about to watch is the one that actually has Mario and Luigi in Grand Theft Auto, GTA kind of thing, and then Yoshi later he goes driving into Raccoon City.
Oh no. I think I saw that one. They went to it.
And
Yeah.
Oh,
It
the
wasn't the real-
scientist dude moment, his face popped up. The moment that scientist dude with the chicken popped up, yeah, my
Scientist
eyes.
dude with chicken. He's the scariest guy.
It makes me wonder, did Chicken Run bother you?
Yeah, right.
No,
I like Chicken Run.
no
Oh, I love
joke.
Chicken. I love practically every freaking Hardman movie.
The intro
all
just like
great.
freaking bothered me so much because it was like, it was so unexpected. It was just like, oh, everything's normal. Lightning strike. Then you just have this dude shaking a chicken with these like huge freaking eyes and like this weird smile. It's like,
So, alright.
it was-
We know you don't like
yeah.
spiders, you don't like chickens. Noted.
like the chicken wasn't even the
You're
problem.
not
It
coming
was
you're not
weird.
coming to my potluck. Oh no. Cause I have that spider meal. No. I don't eat spiders. I'm kidding, guys. It's a joke. Or is it? I put an awful lot of work into trying to make you think otherwise. Okay, F. This is... Oh my gosh. I suck at this part. Maybe I'm gonna have to look at someone else's like way of doing this because I feel like I'm doing it wrong every time. Well, whatever. You got the job done. Alright. I'm gonna have to sculpt this at some point. Come back in here and smooth this way out.
Yeah.
It's so weird how the most
Oh.
subtle things on Earth scare us most whenever we've seen worse.
Like
You know.
spiders.
Like, we've seen worse, but then it's like the tiny little things that you think wouldn't have us scared. just
All
get
the
us.
small
every time.
things. Alright, well. Okay, what was I trying to say? Was I gonna what happened to my music also?
I don't know, but I'll be back.
Alright, see you when you get back. I think I'm gonna go for at least one more hour and then I'm gonna
Alright.
probably call it quits. So just so you know, I'm not gonna make it till 10. I really don't feel like I will. If I had started an hour earlier, I don't know if I would have been able to make it this far. I had a headache earlier. But yeah, no. Scary things, they take multiple shapes and forms. For Cryo, it's this Sonic the Hedgehog model that I'm trying to recreate. For other people, it's other stuff. I feel like I'm not gonna show anything on social media until I'm done with this thing, though. That's.
Oh yeah, I was highly disturbed by this one show. It was completely unexpected. Like, it was a show on VH1, I think, and I didn't even have a remote, so I just sat there and watched it. Right? The dude was playing basketball. The dude was playing basketball. He tripped. He broke his ankle, and then the bone of his leg was literally popping out of his knee. And I'm like,
yep.
Oh, painful. Like, that thing was so sharp. Like, the bone was literally so sharp.
Yeah,
it was
contusion. Those are terrible. Why are you talking to me about
it? It was just like, why did that happen? I thought this was like a drama between these two women over this basketball player, and then this crap happens. And like,
what did you just like a show that you were watching? What is this?
Yeah, I was like so discombobulated because I was like, dude, what? I thought the show was about like drama over this one basketball player, dude.
Well,
like,
he's got more drama because he's got a messed up body.
It was so weird. I was just like, I was paralyzed at the moment.
I stopped on time. We arrived at our destination safely, though. I always get that same feeling.
My brain
happens. What were you saying? I'm sorry. You keep.
I was literally paralyzed at that moment. Like, my brain was still trying to process it while I was just looking at it. I'm like,
I think they call that trauma. I think they call that trauma.
Is that really I went to sleep that night, and then that was the first thing that I seen when I closed my eyes. I'm like, why is this not leaving me? I wake up the next day, I'm like, whoa, that was a strange night, and then it never happened again.
Well, that's good. Your life changed. Maybe I'll put that here too. Verts 8. Alright, faces. Alright, cool. I wonder if anyone watching me will look at my methods and go, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. They'll be right. What's up? Oh, I thought you were about to say something. Okay. Any games you've been playing recently, Alex? Anything fun?
No, not until I finally get to open up my Wii U.
Which you're probably not even supposed to know about, are you?
No, I literally went to GameStop and picked it up myself.
Oh.
With everything.
Oh. This is
all of my gifts already, Phew.
This is a hand-picked Wii U. What are you planning on getting for it, or have for it already?
I literally just have Zelda Wind Waker, Bayonetta 2, Smash 4, Sonic Lost World.
Oh, jeez, Sonic Lost World.
And Mario 3D World.
I like 3D World, actually. That's a fun game. Very, very fun. Super Mario 3D World. And then it just, yeah, it's a good game. That's a good one, I gotta tell you. You're in for a fun time. And if you don't like it, that's not my fault. That's your fault. Your enjoyment is completely intended. Yeah, that's the word.
What is the word that what? Oh
Incumbent, or it's that you could use for that is dependent. Might be a good word. Sometimes I speak so fast I don't know which word's gonna come next. That's not a good situation, I know. But it's who I am. And if you can't love me for who I am, then you don't deserve my love. And whatever. Other cliches you might want to throw in there. Go ahead. Scratch me. Harmony.
Sonic with realistic calves. What would you? Oh, that would be funny if you just threw realistic legs on the normal Sonic, and it's just like, what?
Sure, someone's done that by now. I don't understand why his legs are so far apart in that poster image. Anyway,
I know someone who's done that. Ken Penders and Stephen Butler or whatever his name is.
Ken Penders didn't draw them. It's not a comics artist. Center.
What? Wait, but
he writes
Penders
them.
What? But Penders did indeed draw some stuff, and he did the covers of some comics, I believe.
Well then, you apparently stand corrected.
I mean, the Lara Sue Chronicles is being completely drawn by him as well.
That's different. That's entirely different. It's not like a production comic. He's gonna make it when he feels like it. There's no deadline. No one's waiting for it. Like, oh, when's it gonna come out? How come? When's the next issue? Let's see here. Alt M. So he is under no constraints from anybody. That's his little IP. Do whatever he wants. At center, and then.
Oh God! When I seen that one picture of Sonic by Ken Penders, dude, Sonic literally had like chicken legs. Like they were so thin, and he had like actual knees. And I'm like, oh my God, he had calves as well. It's like, what? Like Sonic looks normal, but then his legs are like screwed, and I'm like, what? You had it right. And then he has like this creepy smile as well.
This is weird. I didn't do the right thing here. I did the wrong thing.
Creepy smile with like the thumbs up.
Well, that's how it is, I guess. Let's see here. That's too wide. Darn you, Rodalus. How could you? You've betrayed the entire fandom with this. You said you were gonna do a good job.
You like jazz? No, that's not good enough.
Wow. Someone's got dad issues. Starts with a Y, ends with a U. Wow. I just want to go sleep. This is the bad. We're in the bad part of the night. I am running low on ideas. If I was playing a video game, that wouldn't be so bad, but I'm not. I'm just marfing around in this. I'm actually not entirely certain how they even want to do this guy.
Anybody? Yeah.
What's up?
Anybody got any ideas for the game?
Which game? Our game?
Yeah.
What about it? I think they were talking not too long ago in our Discord about some things, but what do you mean specifically?
I don't know, just ideas in general.
I know we're supposed to be working on those, what's the name for that? At demo level. We need to be working on, and we're having a meeting this upcoming Friday regarding who's going to be doing what. So, I guess that's something we should be thinking about, too. And everything's supposed to be focusing on that one particular, demo level, so if any ideas are come across, and that's what they should be going, like, you know, animations, art assets. I don't know exactly what the demo level is supposed to look like. It's been entirely on Thunderbolt. I want to talk to him, see what he's doing. As Fox Cordova said, he was going to be doing less of the upfront work, and we got to make sure everything kind of comes together. So a lot of the ideas for this game are going to be more technical, because right now we don't actually have a. I don't really want to say this, like we got to work on the game part of our game. I mean, obviously that should have come first. I mean, even before a story, but you know, I'm not faulting anybody. I'm just saying that's something we need to really make sure is emphasized in our meeting.
Did
not
you
the meeting,
manage? Did you manage to get the models working on Unity by any chance?
I get the no, the model's been working in Unity. That's not the problem. The problem with the models is that certain things that I was able to do in Blender did not transfer over, which is why I want to push for those FMVs in the game. That way we can make videos and then just put them into the game.
So you can actually animate them now in terms of like gameplay and stuff like that, like in general, right?
Yeah, we can animate their body movements. Like the eye textures, though, they just don't move the way they do in Blender, and I don't know how to fix that problem. And in the near field, I want to focus on just not. I don't want to get hamstrung by that particular developmental issue. I want to focus on, like, you know, the other stuff we need to do.
Oh, so everything else works fine, but the eyes are just the problem, pretty much.
Yeah, no, we can get the bodies to go in there. We can get the textures, according to what Fox Cordova or Steve's been able to do. That's not a problem. The issue, I think, remains just stuff that worked in Blender doesn't necessarily work in Unity. And I think one solution, of course, to the eye texture thing is animating individual eye movements, but I'm like, I wouldn't do that. That wouldn't be the way I went about that. And of course, this could undergo some further research. I can always continue to look into it. But another thing about making animations in Engine is, of course, rigging and actually setting all that stuff up to happen. You know? Like, say there's a cutscene where Tails is flying a plane through an area. How do we do that? How do we set up that event? How do we take control away from the character, the player? These are things that are not my problem. They are, in fact, the issues that the game designers would actually have to deal with. But to the extent that I can help, or that I can do anything on these models, I want to be able to be as knowledgeable on the thing as I can. So that's the issue, really. And I don't mean to ramble. What I mean to say is that when it comes to animation, I'd like it to be, though, so that the animators don't have to do anything special. They can work in one program. And even if they don't know how to make videos, they can just send me that data, and we could move on from there. This is wrong. Right, that's the issue there. It's supposed to be thinner, smaller. I made it too big.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. You tell me if it doesn't. I'm sure you will. Everyone's telling me what to do all the time. They don't know that they don't know nothing. I'm the smart one. Don't you never forget it. Oh, jeez, Lewis.
Wait, you're not doing VPLs weekly anymore. You're doing them bi-weekly, I believe, now, right?
I'm doing them whenever. I'm trying to work on other content, like the tutorials that I said that I do and all that kind of stuff. Other videos, other things. We'll see how that goes. But that was the plan. So VPL was supposed to be like a thing that I did every week, but I'm like, maybe they won't be every Sunday.
Yeah, I get you.
It's a lot, man. And also, sometimes I don't have any ideas for VPL. I don't know what I'm gonna work on, or, you know, it's not really worth the investment of time to really be doing that. Because a lot of this stuff is some negligible, nothing work that I don't think anyone would really all be all that interested in seeing. Let me go ahead and real quick apply mirror so I can get some better control over this thing.
I mean, that's understandable, I guess.
You guess, but you don't know? What are you thinking? What do you think I should do? What is your opinion?
I mean, either way, you're doing something, you know? But if you're, you know, if you're running out of ideas, getting burned out or whatever, then you shouldn't, you know, have to do it every Sunday.
Yeah, you know, it's just something. I mean, I did it because I wanted to make sure that I kept up with the project, you know, so I didn't fall behind on making things, and I don't think I am falling behind, to be honest. No one's really making, and this isn't to toot my own horn, but no one's making content at the level that I am currently.
The moment you find out that it's like, wait, what? You don't need me to work on anything else? What do? Do I just twiddle my thumbs next Sunday? Get into the water situations?
I'd have to find something else to work on. I have personal projects, but I don't really put too much time into them because I don't really have a framework for how to get them done. I like the project that we're working on right now because the framework on how to get things done hasn't been my responsibility. So it's a little bit cowardly, but whatever. Because I had a project called Sally and Sally I wanted to work on. I wanted to make my own game at one point. I don't know how to do that, so that's why another reason why I wanted to be on this project, because it would give me some experience doing things. And I thought, you know, that would be useful in that area. And I think I'm right about that. I think that by the time I'm done with this thing, when we're done with this project, I will be ready to make my own little Roadless game. Because, you know, I wanted to. And I actually probably still should be working on it just because I haven't made the models yet. I don't know how to make games, but I can at least make assets. That wouldn't be a problem. So that's a good topic for VPL when I'm not doing Tales project stuff. Well, now looking great. Thank you very much, Pilgrim Journey, and also welcome back to the VPL. We're going to be wrapping up in about the next 45 minutes. This is going to be a multi-day thing. I think I'm going to come back to this on Sunday. We're just going to have 2 VPLs this week. If Sunday is considered this week, I don't think it is. That looks a little bit better, I think. It's not the best, but I can work with it. So, yeah. So that's that. And of course, uh-oh, what'd I do?
I'll be back.
Okay. I don't think I'm doing this right, but whatever. Well, against the odds and better judgment, I'm back. Welcome back, Joshua Simonson. Thanks for stopping by again. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Have someone to talk to. I thought you needed to go to sleep. Anyway, I won't be keeping you up for too long. This stream is gonna be over in about 40 more minutes. And I feel like 9 o'clock is plenty late. Also, let me check my phone. Has anyone texted me? Make sure that I'm not making too much noise. I haven't really been talking a whole lot, so that's probably for the best. Oh yeah. And like I was saying to some other folks, that I'm gonna be working on this this Sunday as well. So this isn't the end of the project tonight. When I'm done tonight, we're gonna keep moving on it and put a little work into it as well. Cause I feel like yeah. So I'm doing pretty good. How's it been going, by the way, Joshua? Now that it's just me and everybody else in the chat, they're all gone now. It's just us. Just you, just me. Nobody else. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I left the first time because I was watching another stream, but now that stream is over, so I am back. Oh, I see. So you just want to you're just here because of the convenience. I get it. No, you don't have to say anything. It's fine. I understand. They were probably more fun anyway, weren't they? Well, good to know. Player 147 Pro Man is alive, everybody. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Yep, that's the one. I don't know who did it originally. Of course, I'm thinking of the Will Smith version, because I'm a child and I don't know anything. I'm interested in how I'm gonna do these eyes. I don't know. The same number of quills he always does. I used to start with this cones that had, like, you know, no openings. And I realized that that's a bad way to do this. Watching stream while working on 3ds Max. Hey, that's how you do it. Watch this stream, work on superior hardware or software. Whatever, that's fine then. Making some more guns. I think. Yeah, okay, it comes out down here. It should be longer. That's the thing. That's the mistake I always make. This last one. Watching, more like porting. I was playing Sonic Adventure 2 while watching this stream. Hey! Also excellent. I like to do that too. I like to listen to people stream and then just play games. It's like a little parallel play thing. And also, I can't sit and watch the entire stream. I know that stuff is boring, and I know that. I understand. You can't just sit there through the stream. You gotta be doing something. It's admirable. I'm also gonna try to do the hair on him too. I know a little bit about doing that sort of thing, but it's gonna be a challenge because I've never actually really done it like this. I got my Xbox Elite controller today. Congratulations. How is it? Is it good? There's that, right? turns out those games have not aged well at all. And yeah, the controller is great. Oh, that's good. Congratulations. Yeah, no, Xbox, what? That's an Xbox, just original Xbox game? No. You look at them and you realize that was a certain time in gaming that has gone and is never coming back. Probably for the best. Very good for the time, I guess. I don't know how we let them get away with that stuff, though, to be honest. Sometimes I'm like, well, why'd you make this like this? Well, that was the limitations of the system. People were not more forgiving, it's just there wasn't anything better, so we thought it was fine. And you always had to say, like, hey, this game doesn't look like Jurassic Park, but it can't, because Jurassic Park is not running in real time. This is a game running on a computer in your house that looks this good, so you gotta be happy with what you have. Yeah. Control E. Mark scene. Is it mark scene? These are going to need to be different zones. I already can tell. I bought my controller for Elite Dangerous, and really complex game that require a very high-end controller. A really complex game that requires a very high-end controller. Yeah, no. It's one of those space sim games where you can sort of fly around and engage in space battles. It's pretty cool. I don't do too many PC games. I have a couple, and of course I've got Steam, like any red-blooded human being. But I haven't really put a lot of time into PC games recently. I've been playing that Spyro, just a lot of Spyro. It's a good thing CryogeniC Gamer's not here. He'd lose his mind again. Somebody say Spyro? Like, yeah, someone said Spyro, bro. Where that'll go. Oh shoot, I should place Star Citizen next. Oh, do you have Star Citizen? I would play Elite Dangerous right now, but it's a huge update. Yeah, I'm downloading. Because I also got Star Citizen recently, and well, I have it. I'm not going to touch it for a while because the Free Fly event is over. I bought the game, of course, before the Free Fly event began, but really, I don't know anybody in there, and I'm not really planning on to get to know anybody in there. Thank you. We're working on it slowly but surely. And like I said, we'll be doing this on a multi-night thing. This isn't the only time I'm going to be dealing with this model. We'll come back. I'll be back. No one can stop me. Hide that real quick. Right around here. Just behind his cheek. Well, I have a Star Citizen account, but I have yet to buy a ship to play the game. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's worth the time wait just to wait. Hello, who's here?
What?
Oh, Oh, wait. Oh, I see you both came back at the same time. Alex?
Yeah.
Is Zach here? Zell?
No. Oh, he is here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I just happened to see you in there. I was like, no.
I went to lay down on the bed for a bit.
No, that's fine.
Period.
As you
For a
were.
second.
No need to get up on our account. We're winding down.
Fine.
I just happened to see you. I thought you left.
I swear to God, Fox was here a second ago. I heard him.
Cordova?
Yeah.
Just wait for the free fly event to drop again. Well, who knows when that they might do it again next year. Who knows? I had oh man. So the free fly event in Star Citizen was like the first time I really touched that game, and it was just, it hits you really like early on. You're like, well, this game is gonna be for the really people who are really serious about it, because it takes 8 minutes to get to the planet where this thing is happening from Olisar, and I have no idea how to start spawning from Hurston. But my problem was I kept crashing into the planet and dying, and I had to respawn at Olisar. So you get on your ship. They let everybody have a Cutlass Black, I think, which is like this sort of loot and scoot. No, like this kind of like pirate type ship. It's not really a pirate ship, but a lot of people who play pirates in the game use it. And it's a really nice ship. It's big. It's got a place for 2 people to sit and actually and like it's got a co-pilot in the pilot seat. It's got a good number of guns on it. And I wish I could start the game with a Cutlass Black, which of course I guess is the point of having it the ship that you can actually use in the game for free for a little bit, because I want to get one now. But it takes like 8 minutes to travel. Using quantum, which is like the light speed in the game, but it's not instantaneous, so it takes a while to get places in space, as you might imagine it would, because space is huge, and the game simulates that pretty well. It's just, oh boy, it took so long to get there, and every time I died, I would have to start all the way back at Olisar, which is like this space station in the middle of nowhere. Well, it's in front of Crusader, I guess, but it's just like, ooh. I would be so mad.
The game sounds like a grind fest,
I mean, that's probably what it's meant to be. It's a space sim where you buy ships and you take on missions and get more money, and you play with your friends and that kind of stuff to get XP and that sort of thing. It's still in its alpha stage, so it's not really technically a game at this point. It's like you're just playing the experience. All stage. But
it's simulator than a game at the moment.
Very nice looking, and it's fun to like fly around the planet, because their first planet that they finished was Hurston, and that just came out recently. And I'm gonna give it to them. It's a nice planet. It's just sometimes it's a little buggy, and my hyperdrive one time made me crash directly into the planet, rather than, helping me fast travel a little bit to get to the planet. Because when you go into your quantum drive, right, it takes about 8 minutes to get into range of the planet. It stops, and then you're just sort of flying like maybe a couple of 100,000 kilometers away from the planet. And if you just fly regular, like I did the first time, it's like, wow, this is like legit, I'm flying outside of a planet, because it takes forever to get there, and you're just looking at the planet slowly getting larger in your window, and it's like, oh, so you turn on the quantum drive to hop a little faster to get to where you're trying to go, and it's just like, all right, here you go. But one of my ships, I think it was one of these, because the ships have manufacturers in the game, even though technically the company makes all of the ships, but it's part of the lore that there are multiple manufacturers for multiple ships, so which is why they look different. It's a pretty cool idea. And then, like, you just sort of fast travel, and I fast traveled directly into the ground after a really long trip in a really small ship, and I wanted to check out, what's the thing called again? It's called Hurston, and I was just like, oh, I felt like I had wasted my time. It's like I hadn't even spent any time in the game. Like, this is beginner level crap. I'm not really playing. I don't have any money. I'm not really invested. But I gotta figure out how to save in other locations real fast, because I don't want to wake up in Olisar every time. Also, the game it's pretty cool to watch people play it, though. Especially when they're in the little groups, like you watch, what's his name, Citaro, or even Failure to Report sometimes. It's an interesting game, I gotta say.
That makes me feel alive. My heart beats in hyperdrive. Oh wait, I'm dead.
Yeah, no, my heart's not beating no more. Yeah, no, it's an acquired taste. I'm not even gonna pretend. It's a tough game. It ain't here to play games with you, especially when you play with other people who've been there for years playing Star Citizen. It's their life. They're buying all the best chips. They got all the kit and stuff like that. They just start whooping on you. I feel like by the time that game actually comes out, it's gonna be unplayable for noobs like me, because these guys have been putting so many hours in. They're so good, and they're like these ex-military dudes who are like strategizing, and you got these pirates trying to take your stuff. It's just gonna be, oh no. I actually probably won't leave a planet. I'll go down to a planet and stay there. Try to get as much money as I can on the ground. And then join a group or a guild. What's up?
Imagine the Kingdom Hearts gummy ship, but then you instant transport and you just explode out of nowhere. It's like, boom, mission failed. It's like, but there was no mission.
The mission was to live. You failed.
It's like it asks you to continue even though you just wanted to fast travel and you just died out of nowhere. I bet that was your experience with Star Citizen. It's just like, what? I'm dead again. Oh, what?
Yeah, no, I think just about. I only crashed once in the game, maybe twice, but like just about every other time I died because I died. Is the reason I stopped playing.
You teleported directly into the ground.
Yeah, no, it didn't teleport. It speeds up the thing, right? And you find yourself accelerating, but it didn't stop, and it kept vectoring into the planet. So I was like, oh no, and I couldn't stop. Just like you just saw it coming up.
Oh my god! Imagine Kingdom Hearts. Except every time you use the gummy ship, you're just stuck inside of the planet's model, and you can't actually go inside the world.
I don't know why you think these are fun things to happen in a game.
Kingdom Hearts Star Citizen Edition.
Kingdom Citizen. But yeah, no, I want to see the game when it comes out fully and like see how it works, because there's a lot of things that they want to do. I don't see how they will, but it's not my problem. I'm not developing for that game. I'm working on Miles Power. Just wait for the fleet. Okay, because Joshua Simonson. I just reread that. Okay. But yeah, no. Yeah, you can wait, Joshua, or just keep watching the videos. I actually like Astropub's videos. The Astropubs, they're little what's it? Star Citizen No. It's called Galactic Historian. It's always fun to like listen to them talk about the different alien races and that kind of stuff. It's fun. Like, and I bet the game will be real fun when it comes out, but I will never be able to put a lot of time into it. I know that already about myself, because it's one of those games that demands your time. It's like Warcraft in space. People are gonna be serious about that game.
Guys, I play Star Citizen and I get a whole lot of treasure, man. I'm the best player ever.
Best pirate.
Yeah.
I would actually make a machinima series if I was gonna do anything with Star Citizen, about the life adventures of just some dude in space. You'd probably just do that now. It just wouldn't be very much, because I wanna see those new ships, the alien ships and that kind of stuff. Do you watch Scott Manley's channel? I absolutely love Scott Manley. Yes, I do. Joshua Simonson. I like his videos on any Kerbal Space Program. I like watching his videos on well, he does some on Eve. I think he does some Eve videos. I don't really watch those, but I really like Kerbal Space Program. I actually like anybody who's doing like making real stuff in Kerbal, like they make the BFR in Kerbal Space Program. A couple of different channels have done that. they turn on like these real physics and that kind of stuff. It's a pretty cool little game. Control E, March scene. All right, we're gonna flub this just like we did the other one. Just gonna make it again and bring it down a little bit lower because Sonic has 6 quills. And like I said, I'm gonna finish the quills, and that's what I'm gonna do tonight. Hey! This is some good music, people. Does that look right? That looks good enough. Hey, baby. What in the world is happening with this?
Oh my god, are you serious? Please don't let this be real.
Oh, what?
Oh my god.
What are you worried about having being real?
Oh god, there's a Dragon Ball Super Broly trailer where Goku's just sitting on the freaking toilet. Oh, that cannot be real.
Probably not. Gonna be honest with you. I don't know much about Dragon Ball, but I'm pretty sure they would never represent their characters that way.
He's literally just powering up on the toilet.
It's ridiculous.
It's just...
Boy.
Wow.
You know one thing about you, I gotta say, you have way too much fun. Alex, just way too much. We're gonna need you to rein that in. It's making the rest of us feel kind of sad. And our lives are a pale imitation of yours by comparison. So if you could just, you know,
Not have fun.
yeah, not have as much fun. We would all appreciate it greatly. I mean, not really. We don't appreciate much of anything. Anyone who would say something like that to you is not the kind of person you want to listen to. But still, give it a thought. Give it a think. Have a think on it. All right, let's center. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Oh, right. That's the problem with this thing. It has too many vertices. So I gotta reduce a few of them.
Too many vertices.
Yeah, a few too many. Let's... I think I want to cut down there, maybe. My name is Rotalice. Rotalis for the lice that I have in my skin. How many is that? That's 11 vertices on this side, which means that I want to reduce the number of vertices on this thing.
I'm gonna use the restroom. Be right back.
Cool. 16.
I'll be right back.
I want to reduce the number.
You there?
Yeah. What's up?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll be right back.
Resolve edges. Too many vertices, not enough time. You alright about that? Do you watch Scott Manley's channel, Joshua Simonson? Since we're on that subject, or that was the last subject we were on before we totally dropped it.
Too many vertices. Not enough time.
Not enough time. At this point, it doesn't look very different than a regular Sonic the Hedgehog model, so we're gonna have to work on that. I think that might be just my bad habits creeping in, doing my little Rotalis impressions. Yes, I watched Scotty. Yeah. That's us, man. Watching that Scott Manley. got rid of one too many. Oops. Yep, that's 11 edges. I'm gonna hide these real quick. But they are not in my way. That should be 11. That's 12 vertices. Crap. That's what I want. I just want 12. So that means that I was right the first time I did this. These are too close together. We'll hit this one. Dissolve edges. Yeah, alright. Really? That's how it's. Alright, that's how that is, I guess. Except maybe. This music reminds me of a little bit of Nier Automata, actually. Alright then. Okay. Hit this, hit that. Get rid of these, whatever this is, and delete that. Oh no. Just delete faces.
Interesting.
Looking good in the neighborhood.
Oh god. We're gonna get more Sonic movie jokes now. We're gonna get more memes.
For what?
Someone removed the background from the poster with the legs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now oh my
now
God,
we're in meme territory for real.
Yeah, now they're putting the legs on like beds and stuff.
I've definitely seen that one. It's just entirely too comfortable for the hero of Mobius faces. Whatever. Like I've always said, I'm gonna watch it and we'll see what happens. I'm not expecting much, but we'll see.
I did not expect this to happen this fast.
What do you mean? It's been 2 days. What, 3 maybe since that thing was revealed? That actually, the legs thing came out today, so yeah, no, it's overdue if you ask me.
No, I mean like the legs that happened like so quick. like no joke, it didn't even take them a few hours to get this.
Well, you know, memes travel fast.
Within the span of
memes like lies travel fast.
Within the span of 5 minutes, they immediately find something else. And that's the thing that they came to.
Let's bring these together, and I'm going to dissolve these vertices. This could be worked. This could work, eh? That looks terrible, though. Remove doubles. They didn't remove any. Useless. That make me spell it out, huh? Okay. Delete vertices then. Okay-ish. Yeah, we're just gonna keep this between us for a while. We'll work on his head next time. Alt. Have you heard the good news about Legs the Hedgehog?
Legs the Hedgehog.
I have not. Legs the Hedgehog. Oh, you.
Legs the Hedgehog.
Oh, trying out Blender. You. Where are you at? Where are you at, Rotalus? That Fox. Let me just send him a message. Hi. What's up? I hope I noticed Cole and Cyber have also been trying to do some Blender work too. Join Blender Brotherhood, y'all. I see. Yes. Caps lock was on. I always do that. Blender gives me them Blender fingers and I type in the wrong stuff. Yup. We got t-shirts. Alright. I didn't see what Fox had written. Sorry, Fox, I didn't mean to ignore you. I wasn't. Have you a moment to spare for Legs the Hedgehog? He's the fastest thing alive. What is this music that I'm listening to? Hidden Palace Zone. And why is it 10 minutes long? Oh, it's extended. I was about to say.
Why is it 10 minutes long? It's extended. The way you just said it, like, oh, it's extended.
No, it just was kept playing the same tune over and it was getting kind of boring. Gotta be honest with you.
Like, you just say, like, what song is that? Oh.
Oh.
What song? Why is it 10 minutes? Oh.
Let's crease that brow a little. Let's do a little detail work on his eyes.
That is so casually, like.
I don't know how else would I have said it, you know. I wasn't mad. I was just like, why is it still playing? What is this? Some kind of playlist of Sonic the Hedgehog song music so that I don't get freaking copy striked? I mean, I'll get copy striked anyway because I'm making Sonic fan art of a movie that hasn't come out yet. They'll be like, no, don't you try to scoop us. This is our game.
True.
There we go. Give him a little brow there. Hit that save. What game is this from? This is definitely got to be one of the... Let's turn this light into a sun.
I just heard a pop.
That was me. Poppin'. Wait. Why is this not turning? It's rotation locked somehow? And under what circumstances is that normal? Usually this thing moves.
Interesting.
I really like Flora T's design with this, actually. So this is what I'm thinking for the eyes, right? And I'm just gonna... Shift D. What up to my abilities to control anything? Oh, it's that. Right, okay. I hit one of those weird blender options that takes all your abilities to control it away. I wonder if I should even work on this maybe tomorrow night, but I don't know if anyone's got any time to calm out every night. I'll work on this thing when I feel like it, I guess. Is that a remix of, that's Doomsday Zone, right? No final boss. Alright.
Have you heard of lag? So Joshua Simonson, I'm sorry I missed your comment earlier. What do you mean by lag?
Love this. I love this theme more than like any other theme in Sonic. So actually, what I should do... Put another sphere in there. Make it be like, 12? Wait, is that right?
But, whoop, I gotta go.
Alright, well, have a good night. I said 9 o'clock, didn't I? I always get so caught up in this stuff. Okay, well, thank you everyone who came out. We're going to go ahead and end the stream here. We will come back to this and continue working on Sonic's head. Paramount Sonic is what I'm calling this one. I think next week. Not next, well, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday is next week. It's the beginning of next week. And we'll continue there. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you had a good time. It was always fun to talk to you guys and just chill out, especially since we didn't do it last Sunday. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for coming out again. And yeah, I've been Roadless. You've been wonderful. Goodbye.